evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's question is Kristina versus Molly on General Hospital. Whose side are you on? I've said this in so many countless videos and streams and everything like that, and I still stand by what I said. I kind of in the middle. I get where both of them are coming from. They both have very valid points. Um, So I'm in the middle. I've seen a lot of people been on one side, been on the other side. It's been crazy. I haven't really found a lot of people that's been in the middle ground like me. So I'm very interested to sit there and see what side are you on? Are you on any side? Are you just like you're not on either? We're gonna be sitting there talking about all the shows: General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless. I know I'm starting early, like literally. I am starting what the Now, later on tonight, we're going to be joined by a special guest. Since sit there and say this is a special guest, but I want to sit there and keep it as a surprise. Uh, as you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. Um, do a quick roll call. I know, like I said, it's still early. How you doing tonight, Krista? Thank you for joining us. It's so good to see you. I know sometimes it's you usually catch the replays and stuff like that. So it's good to see you. It's good to sit there and see you live. I hope you had a good day. I had a good day. I got all four of the soap operas done. And yeah, I figured I'd start a little early. Start a little early in the stream. What the hell's my water at? And no top. Awesome. But yeah. So crazy today. B&B was Y&R. Okay, I saw a little bit of Y&R. Hopefully I want to sit there and try to watch tonight and try to do a review. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I'm gonna try. So a little bit of it. Lucy, listen, Lucy has been a pain in the ass since day one. What's good, Francis? Lucy has been a pain in the ass since day one, and I saw literally less than a minute. Already I'm just like, what is wrong with you? But I'll probably dive more into that tomorrow's episode when I did a review. I want to happen in today's episode. The thing is, I'm so glad that I actually took notes because I saw. What was that? Reminds me not to get a new. I'm doing good, Francis. Feel like I'm crushing it today. Did all four of the soaps, and I'm doing good live stream early, so I think I'm doing pretty well. But how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Um, okay, here's my notes. Yeah, listen. I'm with Devon. Devon stands on business. I know a lot of people don't like Devon, but yeah, Francis, I hope you're doing well though. I know a lot of people don't like Devon. Devon stands on business. When Devon don't like you, he's not going to sit there and try to fake the funk. He's just going to sit there and play, say flat out, I don't like you. What's good, Black Mind? How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a good day. I am I'm having a good day. I am having a good day. I'm gonna have my soup and wine and try not to drink too much wine. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try and try to do a review, but we'll see what happens. But Devon stands on business. Archer comes over there and Archer's all like, can we be civil? I am being civil. I didn't curse your ass out. Francis says I'm doing well. Thank you, my son. Got oh yes, that's right. Yes, congratulations. Let's everyone congratulate Francis for his son being married on this weekend. That is amazing. That's an accomplishment, and that is wonderful. I'm doing good, Black Man. I feel like I'm crushing it today. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you're doing good. Cannot believe I got through 4 reviews, and I still had time to do this live early. So that's how I'm doing, and that's before I had my wine. Um, oof, man, some of this Dunkin' Donuts earlier today. So that was awesome. Francis says Jordan was badass today. Needs her back as commissioner. I don't understand how she was able to sit there and hold this man who looked like he was double her weight, but we just gonna move past that. We just gonna move past that. Slick Rick. Oh, Slick Rick. Snitted telling Curtis it's better me to represent Heather than someone else. Why? Why? And of course, you got Alexis and her great idea of putting those two in a room and thinking that's going to somehow fly. I'm just, again, Francis, listen, I'm not trying to take away her moment. I just felt like if maybe they could have got a guy who was not as big, it would have made more sense. Was good, Amy? Amy H is in the chat. Was good. Hope all is well with you. But it just would have made more sense for them to find somebody who was a little more smaller. This way, when Jordan, grabs the guy, it would make sense. I'm like, yo, the way he like brushed her off in the beginning, I was like, that's what I would expect a guy of his size to sit there and do that to a woman of her size. I know it's a soap opera, so I'm like, I'm trying not to be too hard on it, but yeah, I don't know. Um, and plus, I mean, somebody was meant to say, well, how did Liz not notice some guy just like scrambling out the room? But like, what was Liz gonna do? Liz is the same size as Jordan. And Holly's about Holly. Holly's about those diamonds. The minute she heard diamonds, she didn't give a damn about Lucky, his safety or anything like that. She was like, diamonds? Did you say diamonds? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm really trying to get out of here though. I don't want to sit there and get murdered. I know, but diamonds though. I mean, why would you sit there and keep playing cards, keep being nice and entertainment? I want to go home. I want to go home to my family. Diamonds. That's literally all she heard. Um, so yeah, that's happening. Holly's about Holly. You don't need her back. Francis, yes, we don't. People can sit there and say the same thing about Lois. Francis, what it comes down to? The old school people. Old school people that love Holly back in the day. Old school people that loved um Lois back in the day. Hopefully she'll sit there and help. I imagine she's gonna sit there and help out Lucky. She keeps talking about, oh, you're just like your dad. I'm like, okay, but you have feelings for Luke, so like, why are you sitting there just keeping his life dangling because you got to sit there and get a big payday? Like, I mean, I guess that's her thing. She just, does the whole con thing or whatever. Remember when they brought back Ethan and the dude had blonde hair? We were just like, what in the hell are you doing? I mean, I get it. They couldn't get back the original actor, but you couldn't get somebody that looked like closely resembled the old Ethan instead of getting some blonde dude to sit there and play him. Renee was good. Renee, hope all is well with you. Hope you had a good day. Um, I think this kind of goes without saying, but I'll sit there and say this anyway. I may not exactly get back to every single comment, so do not take it personal. I think it's like 8 or 9 people in the chat. Yes, 8 people in this chat. There's one of me, and I'm gonna hit the like button because I feel like cheating. Why not? I can do that. I can cheat if I want to. There we go. That's sort of close. 8 people, 7 likes. Close enough. Francis says, I think Rafe is gonna wake up soon. Hopefully he. I hope so too, Francis, because honestly, tell you the truth, I'm so over Connie. I really am. I think most people are over Connie. You know, the problem is, Francis, and I've said this a couple of times, when certain stories don't work, unlike the other shows, with Days of Our Lives, they shoot so far in advance that when, we don't like something or we're kind of voicing our opinions, it takes them a longer time to sit there and correct it because they shoot so far in advance. So it's like we're kind of stuck with this Connie nonsense because you know, they can't course correct as well as like General Hospital or some of the other soaps can because they shoot so far in advance. Um, Plus, I mean, I think I would like to sit there and think that the actor that plays Rafe had a long enough break, um, or at the very least, just find a way to close the damn case. Like, and Fiona today, Brady today, Xander today, and Eric today. Erica, like and I said this in my review. Check it out, my day's review. I'm like, Eric, you had 17 years to do the right thing. You had 17 years to do the right thing. Everything that came out of his mouth was nothing but excuses and a way to sit there and protect himself. And he even said he was like he didn't want to ruin his relationship with Holly. So you just gonna keep lying to her? You didn't think at some point that once you told the truth. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Francis. I get it. Brady keeps it there being a martyr. By the way, does anyone else just find this kind of annoying every time John sits there and says, well, I don't want you to sit there and confess to something that you didn't do. You don't remember everything. And, I think, Brady, I think you really should just sit there and just, you know, not give him more than, like don't confess to killing someone that you don't know if you did. And I'm just like, John, do you not remember 3 months ago you were ready to throw yourself at the mercy of the Greek authorities over a crime that you don't even remember committing? But yet you're sitting there giving this speech to your son. I mean, the fact that he doesn't even sit there and acknowledge, like, yeah, I know I said that. It's like do as I say, not as I do. But in this case, it's like you just going to be put in jail for something you don't even remember doing in a foreign country. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, people sit there and think that American jails are bad. Trust me, you do not want to sit there and go to jail in a foreign country. And that's what he was about to do. But yeah, he's sitting there telling his son to fight, 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 fight. Come on. Come on, John. Come on. I get your heart's in the right place, but it's like we done had this conversation not that long ago. Come on. I wonder how Fiona's going to sit there and stop Sarah from going to Marlena. I mean, this chick, she is just doing extra. She is literally doing so much extra to sit there and not get caught. It is just ridiculous. Um, it's ridiculous. But I mean, it's you know, you know. I said this yesterday, right? That a lot of people are ready for Connor to go because they feel like the story is dragging on too long. we're ready for, you're ready for Fiona to go, right? Because sometimes these stories, they move so fast, right? But like I said in DC when we did our collab, you got Luna's story that wrapped up in record time, and people were to saying, well, it felt like, even I said, I was like, I felt like they rushed it, they moved so fast, and people were just not happy. And sometimes it makes me sit there and think, did they move at a fast enough pace, or are we just the people that are just not happy on some level with whatever they do? Because Luna's story wrapped up fast, right? Like Finn and Steffi put those, particularly Finn, put that so far in advance. I heard it was true, Francis, a long time ago, though. Um, I don't know if it was during the B&B storyline. I don't think it was. I don't think it was recently. But yes, it is. It is true from what people were saying. They're saying that she was in a car accident, but it wasn't recent though. This was maybe a couple years back from what people were saying, and that she didn't know she was going to be able to walk again. So it was one of those stories that was like very, very, very close. You know, almost a little too close for comfort, and I'm surprised the actress kind of agreed to it in a sense of doing that story. But that's what I heard though. I got to look more into it, but that's what people are saying. So I will check the internet at some point and confirm it or deny it. But we did talk about that. Yeah, of course, Francis. What the hell I was going to sit there and say? Oh, it's wrong days. See, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to sit there and make smaller notes. So if I'm flipping through pages, because I mean, what's the like? I did actually do notes today, so it's not like my notes aren't valid. My thing is with this Holly situation. Yes, Eric deserves all the anger, the wrath, the smoke, whatever you want to call it, towards Holly. My issue is that I feel like Nicole is not getting it nearly as much as she should. And in reality, Nicole should get more of Holly's anger. That's your mom right there that lied to you for years and years and years. Yeah, she can be upset with Eric. Eric lied. Eric played daddy. Um, Eric was the reason why Daniel wasn't there, right? But Nicole lied to you. Yeah, she did sit there and have words for Nicole and stuff, but like it would have been so much more better if she was there. This is why I mean, hell, maybe they should have just even had like a temporary actress just to come in and play that part. Because how do you want to sit there and have a discussion with Nicole and saying, well, I'm going to tell her the truth without Nicole being there? Why should he have to sit there and deal with your teenage daughter alone, or being the burden of bad news when you played a part in lying to her for 17 something years? Obviously, I'm not saying she should have said something when she was one, but come on. At least at age 12, you had a good 5 years. Like, this is why it's unfortunate that when you have stuff that goes on behind the scenes and it affects the show, when the drama behind the scenes starts to mess with the show, because in all reality, she should still be there. The actress should still be there. I won't get too much into it, but if you know about that whole stuff that went on behind the scenes, it should have never. One, it should have never happened. Two, it should have been nipped in the bud way longer. There was too many people that said something and they chose not to do anything. Um, it's just it's unfortunate because it kind of messes up a scene like this. Yeah, and I think the scene would have been a lot better if it was just more than Eric's that they're taking the brunt of Holly's anger. But it's hard for me to build. And that's the thing, Francis. It's hard for me to feel because I've asked this question. I was like, do anybody feel bad for Eric in this situation? Does anyone feel bad for him? I'm like, I don't. Yeah, more than enough time. When you don't deal with your problems right away, eventually they're going to come back to bite you. It doesn't matter if it's 2 months or 17 years. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So as sorry as he was, as much tears as he had, this was about protecting himself in a lot of ways, just like Adam with Sally. You could have told her the truth, but he did it because he wanted to protect his relationship. He didn't want to lose her. How you doing tonight, Ariana? Hope you had a good day. Was good, Krista? I saw Molly. Have all along. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Kristen. I do. I do. I think it's a little more easier to sit there and, on some extent, side with Molly because with Christina, she just has she her reasoning. I'm glad to hear that, Ariana. I'm glad to hear that. We're gonna be joined by a special guest tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but I want to come in here a little early. I was like, I want to come in here a little early this way I can answer questions, as much questions as I can before I start the collab later on. Um, but lots of great outcome. I'm glad. Well, that's always good. That's always good, Ariana. That's always good. It's good news. Christine said Christina saw them out and backstabbed them. She knew. Yep, exact. And yep, I couldn't have said it any better, Kristen. I could not have said it any better. What's good, Duan? And that's why I think it's easier to side with Molly because she's the one that sat there and was like, come on, I want to be a surrogate. I want to sit there and do this for you. We're sisters. Come on, let me help you out. We're sisters. I want to sit there and do this one gift for you. And she kept doing it. Black Pink Me was good. Um, Susan R, how you doing tonight? I hope you are well. She's the one I sat there and sorted her out. So it's like for me, I look at that and I'm like, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. And then her reasoning was, well, I want to make sure, I want to protect the baby. Like she said today, I want to protect the baby from what? Gloria, I like saving challenges. How are you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron, what's good? Yeah, I am pretty early. I'm joined by a special guest later on, so I want to, you know, come on a little early, talk, answer some questions, because I know it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to do it later on. But yeah, she was like, "Oh, I want to protect the baby." I was like, "What are you talking about?" In a sense, yes. I don't know. I feel like she what the hell I was gonna sit there and say. She used the reason of them breaking up as a reason to try to take the baby, you know? But I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You do have 30 days to change your mind. Oh no, Ron, this is a surprise. It can be either one of them or it can be none of them. It can be completely somebody different. But she has 30 days to change her mind. She has that for a reason because people do change their minds. Often, sometimes they want to sit there and put a child up for adoption because they feel they can't take care of the child or whatever, and then they get in a better situation. Something happens to change their minds or whatever, and yeah. So that's there for a reason. So I understand, and feelings do happen. And I can't sit there and try to knock that. Maybe, Ron, maybe. Or it could be somebody completely different from all three of them. Susan said today I read that Jill is Michael and Brendan's son. Do you believe that? Hell to the no. They said Michael and Brenda slept together, but how did he end up with end up in Bensonhurst? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know where these where is sometimes some of these people be doing these spoilers and they just be doing some of the most random ish possible. Oh, it's hella crazy. It is hella crazy, Susan. But here's the thing though. It's crazy like that to get your attention. If we're gonna be honest, it's crazy like that to get your attention for a reason. Kristen says, I know I said this already, but love that Rick is being messy. He just got here and he's already making Alexis. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Well, why? Sometimes I just wonder, Ron. Ron, she didn't look it up because Nicole lied to her. Nicole told her it was a random driver that caused it, and Holly didn't want to sit there and look up the gory details. Like I said the same thing, but it made sense when they said it though. So I understood why. Because that was my first thought too, Ron. But once Nicole said something, she believed it. Why would she have any other reason to sit there and doubt her mom? So okay, now Kristen said Curtis needs to pick a personality. He judges Rick, but not Drew. He supports Portia, but actually called Heather a victim. Let her cook. Let her cook. Let this woman cook. Krista says, speak of rumors, why do they keep posting ish about Peter? Oh, yeah, and that's the thing, Krista. I know that channel. I know that YouTube. If you're talking about that YouTube channel, they always do it. They literally do it for clicks and bait. I've seen them do that with so many people. Um, and I mean, you can sit there and look at it. It's definitely a disgusting channel because it's like they know why. They know why. Like they're telling these outlandish lies just to get people to click on it. And you know that the sad thing is, Krista, most of the times they block their comment section. So you can't even call them out. You can't even sit there and be like, why are you just making up lies and everything? They will literally sit there and make it where they where you can't comment. They'll turn off their comment section. What's good, Laura B? Yep, I am early tonight. I finished off four soap operas early. I have a special surprise guest later on tonight, so I figured I'd come on here now, just where we could sit there, have a little chat back and forth before my guest comes in, and I won't be able to really talk as much. So yeah. Also, again, for the people that just came into the chat, congratulate Frances son's on her son's marriage this weekend. Frances' son got married, so congratulate her. Ron says these channels do this for clicks and likes. Then got up. Yeah, of course. Frances says, why do YouTube? Because they get a lot of views. I mean, the thing is, Frances, that's the thing though. It violates YouTube's rules. Like you can't post stuff like that. It's literally called deceptive content. But because they get a lot of views, they kind of just like, oh, of course, Francis, of course. Listen, that's a proud moment, and of course, Ariana, listen. I want my subscribers to be happy. I do. I want them to be happy. I want them to have a good time, and I feel like if y'all have a good time, then I've done my job. So, and it's a happy occasion. So let's celebrate the happiness. Let's celebrate that happiness. Need more happiness like that. No, Ron, I never said anything about him being clickbait. Um, LaShanta, what the is they making Katie a hero? What the F is they making Katie a hero? Yeah. Katie baby. Oh, Katie baby. And Will is still there. Why is Will still there? Ah, one of my friends, his fiance is from Barbados. I am too, LaShanta. Instead of the usual cranky pants that she normally is. What's good, Deluxe? And yeah, Francis. I don't know what kind of stuff that they got, what kind of stuff they would have for him now. What's good, Melly Mama Hurricane? I know you watched The Young and the Restless tomorrow, and it's good. I was just surprised he was still there. I was just like, it was kind of just like, what's good, Deluxe? Um, I saw him. I was like, what the hell are you still doing here? Ariana, he was doing too much from day one, and I didn't like his ass from day one. Like I didn't like him from day one. Um, LaShawn says, I heard that Christina's going to kill her sister, Sam. Uh, I don't know what websites y'all people be on sometimes. I don't know what YouTube channels y'all people be on. Um, y'all be on some wild channels. Y'all be on some wild channels. Oh Lord. Um, yeah, LaShanta, no, Rick is a piece of shit. Let's not call him a snake. He's a piece of shit. And Ron, I'm getting so tired of Brady constantly blaming himself for something that he doesn't even remember. He keeps on saying, "Well, I need to go to jail. I need to pay for my crime." Bro, you don't even remember actually like doing it. Oh, it's all good, Kristen. Um, Susan says I never go on a spoiler sites or channels. I read it on X. Um, be careful about that though too, Susan. Because here's the thing about X. Here's the thing about X. You get paid every time somebody clicks. Like if you are monetized on X, yeah, Susan. Because the thing is, people post that stuff, so when you go on to their page, they get money. Most of those people that do that, they're monetized. So it's much more of an incentive for them to sit there and post something that's so outlandish that you'll go over there and they get the money. So yeah, you got to be careful even on X too. Mel says I called it and made it crystal clear that Marlena is going to. Yes, you know, and it's funny too, Mel. I did think about you. I did think about you early this morning when I was watching it. I was like, you know what? Melanie's actually right. I did say that. Princess is Albert, why are they not going after Kristen for taking Bree's car? Yeah, but here's the thing though, Francis, they don't know it was Kristen. They don't know it was Kristen. The only people that know it was Kristen is Brady. Kristen was able to sit there and do it without anybody knowing. So that's why Kristen is not being brung into in you know to the police station. They don't know that she did it. And let's be honest, Francis, I doubt that Kristen's gonna go to jail for that. Um, I think the only time that she's actually went to jail or went away or anything like that is because she wanted to do other things. Yeah, exactly, Francis. That's the only time that she generally goes to jail for, is if the actress wants to do other things. Other than that, since she's here, her ass is going to be here. Um, Lord B says that's for the question. I have sympathy for Christina, but I'm definitely Team Molly. Okay. LaShawn says Stephen A. Smith, who is on GH as Brick, is. Yes, he is, LaShawn. He's a sports journalist. ESPN, actually, I think. Last time I checked, he was on ESPN. Francis has helped. Your brother is a DA too. Well, yeah, that too. But I don't even know if EJ. I don't. I mean, I think EJ probably. Yeah, EJ does know. Never mind. EJ does know, but he doesn't have proof though. So, yep. Thank you, Susan. ESPN. Yeah, LaShawn. Yeah, LaShanta. Holly cared more about the diamonds than Lucky's life. Her priorities was the minute she heard diamonds, she was like, diamonds? Diamonds? Lucky's like, yeah, but I wanna get out. I wanna go home. I wanna go back to Port Charles. Diamonds, you said? That's all she cared about. Okay, Ron, that's cool. Thank you, Francis. Yes, 26 people, 28 people in the chat. Make sure you do hit that like button. Hit that like button because it really does help. Thank you, Francis. And yeah, but honestly, to tell you the truth, who's worse though, Holly or Rick? Kristen, Holly or Rick? Because my money is on Rick. That's true, Laura Bean. She is about those diamonds. She got that big payday. She's like, what would you could describe her as? What, like Catwoman or something? Oh no, I got you, Kristen. I got you. It's fine. I'll judge him for you, Kristen. Kristen, I'll judge him for you. LaShawn says Holly let Eric have it. Told him she never got to love her father. Yeah, LaShawn, that's what happens when you don't sit there and deal with your mistakes. This is what happens. You don't deal with your problems. You don't deal with your problems. It comes back years later on. LaShawn, except for Eric, it came back 17 years. Yeah, Krista, I'm not gonna lie. Rick is a piece of shit. We can all agree. Well, except for Um, Krista, that Rick is a piece of shit. If I mispronounce either one of y'all names tonight, it's just because one is Krista and one's Kristen. What's good, Denise? Oh, LaShanta, she ain't worried about that. She's just worried about those damn diamonds. She's worried about those diamonds. I mean, she can spin it in the afterlife, right? Well, Ron, again, I said this before yesterday. I was like, yo, listen, um, Xander don't have room to talk when it comes to us, Justin. You kidnapped her wife. You have no room to talk, Xander. Keep your mouth shut. Kristen said, no worries, I'm used to it. I have a lot of cousins named. Oh, uh, it's just I see Kristen, and then I have somebody else named Krista Ramirez. I have an easier time pronouncing Ramirez than Krista. Kristen said there was even a Christie in there at some point, but she was an in-law. See, that's still that's too confusing, Kristen. See, I was about to sit there and mess up your name. I was seriously, I was about to mess up your name. So I'm going to apologize in advance because I do mispronounce names a lot. LaShawn says Holly or Lucy. What show are we talking about, LaShanta? Holly or Lucy? What show are we talking about? Yeah, Kristen, that's a lot. See, I don't have that problem because there's not really a lot of people named Albert. Just me and my dad. That's about it. You can call me Kay if that's easier. I'm gonna try to pronounce you as Kristen as long as I possibly can before I start drinking a lot, and then I'll probably mess up a lot of people's names. What's good, Allison? Oh, I wish Krista. I wish Krista. That'd be awesome if it was Maurice Bernard. I don't think I have that type of power. I have a lot of power. Apparently, I have power to sit there and give shows canceled. Just ask Ron. But that's true. I saw a little bit of it. I saw like 15 seconds of it. Lorby says, "Can we know which guest this the guest is?" What's good, Gemini? Well, I mean, if I did tell you, then Lorby, it wouldn't be a surprise. Like if I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. But it'll be a surprise that you like. I'll say that much. Allison, sometime around 8 o'clock. So sometime around 8 o'clock, whenever this person is ready to come on. Which, by the way, thank you for reminding me because I got to send this person a invite. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Allison. Let me just make sure that I can do that. And what's good, Gemini? It's good to see you. Hope all is well with you. I think I'm good. Okay, cool. Oh, Yep, that's right, Lashanta. He did. He literally was sitting there cooking up a gun or melting a gun. Yeah, Gemini. I just found out a few minutes before the stream. I found out a few minutes before the stream about that one. Maybe Ron. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Ron, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's that crazy. Even I don't know. LaShawn says Jason is now trying to be the godfather to his son Danny. Oh, a good father to his son Danny. He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be, because we know we know. Well, gorgeous Queen Janet, how are you doing tonight? Hope all is well with you. Let's say what's up to the lovely Janet, lovely gorgeous Janet, by the way. Um. Oh, Mufasa, yes, Kristen, yes. Yeah, again, and the thing is, like, okay, so like it came down like on my Facebook thing, but it didn't really sit there and say like the whole thing. I knew. Oh wow, okay. I didn't know I actually cut it off. It didn't cut it off in New York for me. So it didn't cut it off in New York for me, so that's weird. Mel says I got good news for Spider-Man 4 announcement. The director, which is Destiny, that directed Marvel's. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, Ron. I feel like I need a drink at this point now. Ron says, Albert, ask the chat room, how did Stephanie got Connie's cell phone number in the promo? She was saying that she never heard anything about Everett's body. Everett Bobby. Okay, there you go. I just asked. That's a good question. I have no idea about that, so maybe somebody in the chat knows. Susan said I'm 3 hours. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Susan's when stuff like that happens sometimes, which I mean, when stuff like that happens, just go to YouTube. Like they'll literally sit there and show the whole episode, so you can catch the last. Yes, exactly, Susan. He did actually melt down the gun, but just in general, just go to YouTube and type in General Hospital, and it will show you the episode, so you can watch the last couple of minutes of the episode. Absolutely, Allison. Allison, let me tell you something. Not only am I looking forward to the gates, but I'm going to be reviewing the gates as well. I'm going to be reviewing the gates as well. Oh, okay. I guess you could do that too, Susan. Yeah, that's true. But yes, Allison, I'm excited. I'm ecstatic, and I'm going to be reviewing. I'm going to be reviewing it and talking about it as well. So, yes, very excited. Kristen said, "Funny story. A woman sitting behind me." Huh, okay, Ryan. That's cool. Kristen says, "Funny story. A woman sitting behind my sister and me at the Lion Care premiere about decades ago actually wanted to fight me because we and the rest of the theater. So, oh, hell no. Well, Kristen, I hope you whooped her ass. Okay, I hope you whooped her ass. She seemed like the type of woman. She seemed like the type of person that would sit there and deserve an ass whooping. So I hope you gave it to her. Now says I got good news that there will be a Piglet horror movie that is a Winnie the Pooh character. What? Pickler's giving his own move. Oh wow, they are just going bananas with this whole thing. That is crazy. LaShawn says, Alexis, do too much, leave it alone. Kristen said it was a beyond absurd. Well, Kristen, you have more restraint than me. So props to you. And not only would I have sung it, I would have sat there and sung that song right in her face. I would have sung that song. I wouldn't have, Kristen, I would have danced too. I would have danced. I would have sung it. Um, yeah. And thank you, Lashanta. She is doing too much. She is doing hella too much. I'm like, boo, what are you doing? Why do you think putting them in a room? I like that, Kristen. I'm both, but I like that. I give you props, Kristen. But yeah, why put them in a room? That just made things worse. And then she just sat there was like, y'all sisters, y'all. It just happened, Alexis. This whole thing just happened. And you thought they were gonna be civil to each other? You ambushed them. You start yelling and screaming like, well, you gotta sit there. You know what? In all reality, she did exactly. She did exactly. Yeah, that's sad. Um, she did exactly what Rick said she was gonna do. Rick said that she was gonna get Molly to go along, to get along, to sit there and just kind of push her emotions aside, um, and just coddle Christina. And that's literally what she did. So yeah, I've been sitting there saying that Rick is a piece of shit, and he is, but he's right. LaShawn says, I've heard about that show from my parents, LaShawn, about Dallas. That was some show though back then. I'll sit there and say that much. Yeah, I heard JR was something else. Oh wow. Wow. They doing like a horror Marvel origin story with their own cinematic universe. It's twisted. It's dark. I like it. Ron, what's your predictions? That's never gonna happen, Ron. That's never gonna happen. That's my prediction. My prediction is Deacon and Sheila is not gonna have a baby because Sheila is 77 years old and she's too old to have a baby. That's my prediction. LaShawn says, yes, LaShawn, she is. And again, it's so random, LaShawn, for her to sit there and kill both of those two. Like she did that. Cherry ice cream, you're early. I usually start at 8 o'clock, so you're actually early. I just started a few minutes earlier. But yeah, Luna killing those two just for a quote unquote better life. Like you had RJ. You had RJ. LaShawn says she asked Christie's first. Albert Rick got motos. She asked Christy first. Albert Rick got motos. What do you mean she asked Chrissy first? And what's good, cherry ice cream? No, I started early. LaShawn's okay. Did I like misread? Did I not read one of your comments? Oh, all I heard was she asked Chrissy first. Albert Rick got motives. Oh, of course not, Francis. He wasn't putting it down like apparently Zende was. Ariana says Luna have fun doing it disturbing. Luna had fun doing it disturb much. Yeah, yeah, and that's the problem, and that's unfortunately that's the problem though. It's like she had fun doing it, but then she felt remorseful towards the end. She was like, "I didn't mean to do that. I feel bad for doing it." When she saw Poppy, it's like I I don't know. Charlene said, "I'm on Molly's side. Christina planned to steal that baby." Okay, we got a lot of Molly people in this chat. Charlene is a Ron says it's a damn TV show. Forget she's 60 years old. You should know how Brad. Ron, I think you're asking too much. I think you're asking a little bit too much. Even James said that Sheila's too old to have a baby. So you're gonna sit there and say that Sheila's wrong as well? Yep. Which I'll say this much, and I know that doesn't this isn't supposed to excuse, like he's not supposed to feel better, right? Mickey Mouse? Damn. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Wow. Featuring Minnie. They already made a sequel? God damn. Oh. LaShawn says, however, she asked Chrissy to make peace with. Yes. Yeah, she asked Molly, yeah. She asked Chrissy to make peace with Molly. Yeah, but LaShawn, she also asked Molly to make peace with her sister though. She also asked Molly to make peace with Christina. So it's a little bit of both. It could have been Ariana. And the problem is they kept switching it so much. Like and that's the thing. What's good, Sean? Let me read this one thing now. Okay, Sean says Portia's getting on my nerves. Heather is Portia feeling guilty about befriending Esme and almost causing her daughter's death, so she's going after Heather. How, Sean? Okay, I'm a little confused. How is Portia befriending Esme almost caused the death of her daughter? I'm a little confused by that. I don't fully understand that. I don't know. I her befriending Esme was to get Esme and Spencer together. It was Ariana, and that was the problem. She was very gleefully happy with her plan. She was boasting about it and bragging to Steffi about how she did this, that, and third. And then when she went to jail, she didn't have that energy. She was all like, "Well, I didn't mean to kill Hollis, but before you acted like Hollis' death just didn't matter." He was like, "Come on, like, who is Hollis really?" And of course, the whiplash came from the fact that they changed the direction of the character to make her the villain. So, but I don't know. I don't really understand how befriending somebody is going to almost cause the death of because she thought Esme had changed. Mm, okay. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. I don't think that she thought she changed. I feel that she did this so this way she can get Trina away from Spencer. She wanted Esme to hook up with Spencer and to get more closer. I don't think it was necessarily that. Now Jackie says, "Hey Albert, I'm on Molly's side. I hate when Christina called the baby." Yeah, it's definitely out of pocket. It's definitely out of pocket. I'm not gonna lie. Jackie, I feel the same thing every time she does that. Della, yes. Same. Susan says, I thought of you, Albert and Mel today when I saw the casino hotel had a horror theme suit. It's decorated nice. They posted pictures of it. Yeah, Susan, I love my horror. I'm an '80s kid. I grew up on the horror stuff. Francis says, "What are your thoughts on how Rebecca is playing Taylor so far?" I think it's good. That's the problem is Francis. She plays the character good. She doesn't look the part. I don't feel. I'm not getting Taylor. I'm not getting like the look of her. They didn't try to. You know what I'm saying? Like the Taylor so far that they had looked alike. She looks completely different, but she's playing the part well though. I would definitely say that Francis. Yeah, she's playing the part well. Mel says Mickey Mel says Mouse Boat Massacre horror movie follows a young woman battling a blank addiction who suddenly begins to see mutant mouse human hybrid who infests her life. Those around drop like flies. Wow. Yeah, I look forward to watching it. Yeah, that's the thing, Francis. She plays the part well. She doesn't look the part, but she plays the part well though. So I give her props. Yeah, I get that part, Sean. I just we can kind of disagree on some of the other stuff. I just I've hmm. Sean says what I'm saying. Rick wanted to act like to Alexis is on one side that is a lie because she asked them both. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay, so LaShawn, then he was partly right then. I don't, to be fair, I don't remember. mm, Then he was partly right. Then I think he was partly right because she wasn't actually wrong. He wasn't actually wrong. Alexis did want Molly to just kind of forgive Christina, and the problem is that it's too raw for them to just be forgiving each other right off the bat. Yeah, Frances, no, she's a good actress, so she's doing her part. She doesn't look the part, but she's doing her part. Um, Ron, I didn't even notice that. That's a good question, Ron. I didn't even notice that. I guess it was just more of them. What's good, Jonathan? I think it was just more of them just being parents and just kind of caught in the moment. And Taylor was super emotional, so that was just Ridge's way of like comforting her. That's pretty much how I saw it. What's good, Jonathan? Of course, Jonathan. There's very few times when he isn't the man. There's very few times, like when he's not putting his kids as a priority. But other than that, most of the times he's the man. Um, let's see something. Okay. But yeah, Rick was like I said, Rick was still partly right, and she might have said that a long time ago. But the point is, is that again, Alexa should have never sat there and tried. Like she's been doing some stupidness so far. She threw away the gun. There was so many different ways that Alexis could have handled that situation instead of just throwing away the gun. You know, Johnson says, Do you think Brady would be better with Kristen on Ava? They're both toxic women. They're both toxic. I mean, Jonathan, I would probably sit there and say Ava's better because Kristen is just. They're both toxic women. No, he's not better off with either one of them. Because we've seen, the thing is, Jonathan, we've seen the lengths that Ava will sit there and go through to get a man. I mean, she R word the last time I checked Steve. So honestly, to tell you the truth, they're both terrible. They're both terrible choices. There's no winning in that. Yeah, seriously, Jonathan, think about their history. Which one would you consider to be better? Which one would you rather be? Which one would you rather be with? Alice is a yeah, Rich was stroking Taylor's leg. Here comes the triangle. Hmm. Well, that's what they brung her in there for, right? Renee says TJ always knew they couldn't trust Christina. It was Molly who gave in. Molly should have known better. To be fair, Renee, to be fair, yes, that's true. But the thing is, Renee, TJ gave in to Molly, right? TJ gave in to Molly. Molly gave in, but TJ gave in to Molly. He should have been more vocal about the fact that he didn't want to do the procedure. If you really didn't feel that comfortable using her, you should have put your foot down. He did it to appease his wife, okay, but you still did it though. Yeah, yeah, Larby, and that's the problem now, right? Is that they will dumb down characters for plot. They'll dumb down characters for plot. Francis says, anyone miss John? I know Francis said Jagger, but still. Gemini said, Christina, I'm speaking from personal experience regarding endometriosis, so I don't feel no way for Molly. She could have had her own kid. Yeah, it could have been harder, and there could have been other ways to go about it. Gemini says, thank you, Albert. TJ, yeah, should have spoke up, and that's the thing, Gemini. You don't what? Oh, it just says I don't. But that's the thing, Gemini. Yes, he should have spoke up. That's the thing, Gemini. He's using his big boy voice now. He's sitting there saying how much he can't stand Christina. He hates Christina. I'm so angry. I don't know what to do. My feelings for Christina. Where was that same energy before? When you knew that you couldn't trust her. You couldn't trust her, but yet you gave in. And that's the thing, Gemini. People will sit there and constantly defend that. Oh, okay. Um, okay, Jonathan. Um, People will sit there and say, but he did it for his wife. He did it for Molly because he loved my. Well, then you're just as much to blame. Then you're just as much to blame. So, Ariana says, "I yep, exactly." See, that's why for me it's hard. That's why for me it's kind of hard to be like, why is it not going down when I want it to? That's why for me it's just kind of hard to be like, you know. No, it says I got good news that there will be a Glock. Oh, Goldilocks and the Three Bears of Death. What? Goldilocks and the Three Bears of Death? You know what? That's actually kind of fitting. That's actually kind of fitting. That's actually kind of fitting. I'm cool with that. Kristen Thing says, That's true, Kristen. That's true. That's true. That's true. But it's just one of those things. It's like you made your own bed. Jonathan, I think that Sarah is going to feel bad because she's the one that pushed for Fiona to actually come to America and everything like that. She was the one that really spearheaded that and nagged and nagged and nagged. So I think she's going to feel kind of bad. Zan is going to be angry. I don't know how much he should give Brady an apology for the smoke he's given him, but who the hell knows if that's going to wind up happening? But I think Sarah's probably going to kick herself. Kevin says, "I'm so glad Hope got to lose her line." Do you think Francis says, "Do you really think Fiona is dying, or was she lying?" Dying? What do you mean dying? What? And Kevin, no, she didn't lose her line yet. Her line is still there for some odd reason. Yeah, she didn't lose her line yet, Kevin. Well, what does that mean, Francis? Do you think that Fiona is dying, or was she lying? When did it say that Fiona was dying? I don't remember that. I don't remember her Snitzer saying that she was dying. She told Sarah she was very sick. Really? Oh, I might have missed that. I mean, she's definitely lying, Francis. I mean, most likely. I don't want to say definitely. She's most. I feel like I can't trust anything that she says. So I would sit there and say she's lying for now, but I don't remember that. Damn. Aaron says, what kind of energy is Willow going to have when she finds out Nina is getting the loving in the afternoon from Jim? Yeah, that's why I said Lord B. And she gonna be jealous. Ariana, she's gonna be jealous. That girl is so all over the place though. Like she's been there crying for cheating on Michael, but she'll be the same person that will probably get um she'll probably will sit there and get jealous when she finds out that Drew's not there. Well, she's also gonna be disgusted, if we're gonna be honest. She's also gonna be disgusted, but there's gonna be a little bit of jealousy though too. Kevin says I heard Eric and Stephanie and Carter this Thursday. I don't know. I don't know where you got that from, but oh, I will check it out, man. Was it a site that you got this information from, Kevin? Like, did you get this from like I don't know Reddit or something? I mean, it'd be interesting if that happened, but Charlene says Michael needs to dump Willow. Yep, kick her ass out the mansion. Oh, okay, Kevin. Oh, I guess we'll all wait. I guess we'll all see. I guess we'll all see. I don't know, Kevin. I really don't trust those sites to be honest. So it's like for me, I'm like, eh, you know, I don't trust sites like that. If I'm going to be honest. So well, the thing is, Law B, here's what I'm going to sit there and say. I'm going to read. I'll read your comment in 1 second, Jonathan. But here's the thing, Law B. That doesn't even seem like a spoiler. That seems like a way for clickbait. That's the thing, Lord B. Kevin probably got that from some sort of spoiler channel that will just sit there and say anything, even if it's most likely not true. Um, so Lord B, don't even consider that a spoiler. Just look at that as like some random theory for clicks and views. Johnson says so basically on the conversation Katie had with she definitely ended her relationship with Carter. Yes, Jonathan, yeah, they actually did mention that, and they actually mentioned that twice. The second time they made it way more obvious that that happened. But yeah, Laura B, just don't even consider like whenever they say stuff like that, just consider it as more like you know. Queen of the South, how you doing tonight, Queen? It is good to sit there and see you, Queen. Okay. I'm going to sit there and boil some water for my soup. I don't know why I can't sit there and think right now. Kevin says soap dirt. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Yes, it is so good to sit there and see you, Queen. I'll be right back. I'm still here in the chat, by the way. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and take this, and I'm gonna sit there and see if anyone can actually hear me while I'm like gonna go make my soup. So yeah, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Let's see how far this microphone thing goes. Okay, I guess we're good. Oh, sorry if there's an echo. Yeah, I definitely need more water than that. Allison says, "Oh, I hate Trend Street. Trend Street is trash. Like literally, they are trash." Allison says, "Oh, I hate Trend Street. Trend Street is trash. Like literally, they are trash." Oh, what's good, Samantha? I've been watching the chat before. This is my first time commenting. I want to start by saying Christina going back on her promise. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And let's everyone welcome Samantha. Fair Samantha. Fair Samantha. Sorry for the echo, but I want to sit there and try to keep up with the chat as much as possible. Um, But yeah, Trend Street is trash. I'm not even gonna lie. Like they literally will just put up stuff um as clickbait. Like dead ass serious. They would just put stuff just as straight up as clickbait. But you know, a lot of people here's my thing about Willow. Here's my thing about Willow. Duan says, no, 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 Duan. I know how to cook. I know how to cook, Duan. We both know why that accent happened, Duan. Okay, we're not gonna start with the lies and the fallacies, Duan. Like we're not gonna go there tonight, Duan. Johnson says soap dirt isn't 100% reliable. Yes, soap dirt is reliable. Well, I know Trent Street isn't reliable because I've literally seen that. I literally seen that. Yeah. Francis says Victor's going to screw Lily over, but she's so dumb for trusting him. Yeah, she's trusting the devil. She's literally sent there trusting the damn devil. Yep, Sean. That's Belinda. I think that's her name, Belinda. That's right, Jonathan. The one name that Ron is constantly talking about, like there's no tomorrow. Have a good night, Kristen. It was really great to see you. I hope I get to sit there and see you in the next live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keeping it real, cherry ice cream. Keeping it real. Keeping it real goes wrong. Let's see. Let's see. What's my guy? Oh, there we go. That Jill's her sister. Talking about tomorrow's episode, or was it today's episode? LaShawn says Lauren will be mad at Michael. What is Michael doing this time? You know, in all reality, yeah, Lily, Lily to me just makes from one mistake to another mistake. Yeah, he does do one. He does. I checked. It's Chance. Do one. He actually does have a. He does have one. Now I just actually looked at it. It says Chance quitting his job on the Young and Restless today. Yep, he quit his job and he's going back. I don't know what he's going back to do, but the fact that he did quit his job is it's so stupid. It's like they don't. It's like they don't know what to do with Chance on on the Young and Restless. And somebody said that Chance quit his job because of Abby, which is simply not true. Because he wasn't with Abby. He wasn't with. He was actually with Summer. He was with Summer. He was with Sharon, and he quit his job way after. The last time he got shot, that's when he quit his job. It had nothing to do with Abby. Duan says Chance was previously a crooked cop. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. The problem is, Lorby, is that his character just seems so directionless. Like first of all, him going into the business world didn't make any sense. But okay, fine. Why don't you make some out of it? He's had his foot, one foot out the door, ever since he was working with Billy. You know, like ever since he went over to Chancellor to Billy's side, it's like, bro, just stick it out. You're not ready to sit there and become a head honcho yet. It's okay. You've been in the business world for for what, 5 months or whatever, and you just think that just like that you're gonna get a promotion. That's not how that works. He's sitting there giving ultimatums, like, bro, like, what are you doing? Johnson said I didn't see Poppy. I didn't either. Um, I mean, it's like she just went over there to sit there and apologize for her crazy ass daughter. I'm like, okay. Samantha says maybe Chance could join the PCPD and they will finally catch a bad guy. Yes, could is he? Samantha, is he actually a good cop? You tell me. I mean, there's only one cop, so it's like he didn't seem like he didn't go after Victor when that guy died. I can't remember his name. He could have pursued it. He chose not to. Who was the dude that Victoria Smith they were going out with? And Nick supposedly killed them. LaShawn says Jill is Lauren's sister. Oh, I didn't know that. Jill is Lauren's sister. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, Ashton Locke. Thank you, thank you, Ashton Locke. Thank you. Yeah, this person's still coming around. They just, they got some stuff to do, but they're still coming down. Johnson says we'll probably get a scene of B&B with RJ, and then they pass things up. Will they? Thank you. Thank you, Black Mind. Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you, Duan. Ashton Locke. He didn't sit there and pursue Victor when Ashton Locke died. He just kind of let go the case. And he did sit there and say, like, I could choose to sit there and keep it going. I can track down these men. I could get the information from them, or I can at least try. But he just gave up. He literally gave up. He was like, what's really the point? The point is, it's your job. But he just gave up. So honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think that, thank you, Jonathan. I don't think that he will just, do good as far as being in the PCPD. Smith says that's true. He looked the other way because he was married to Abby. And that's another thing. And thank you, Samantha. He was married to Abby. Which honestly, to tell you the truth, I was like, the way that Abby treated, let me tell you something. The way that Abby, yeah, Francis, the way that Abby treated Chance was just trash. It was awful. It was just an absolute mess. Um, it really was in every sense of the word because she took him for granted, and then she got upset with him because he was a cop. She was like, "Oh well, you care more about being a cop than you care about being with me." Boo, you married him. You knew he was a cop. You knew all that stuff, and you still married him. Then you want to sit there and whine and complain, and then you sat there and you cheated on him. Like, ugh. Had no, thank you. Had no experience. Thank you, Lashanta. Yes, thank you, Francis. 42 people in the chat. So hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Become a member. Um, those things definitely do help. Like I'm telling you, they really do help. Dawn says Phyllis and her daughter Summer should be in jail, but because Chance wanted to get laid, he didn't make a case against Summer. I forgot about that. I wouldn't go that far, but I forgot about that. Summer should definitely be in jail for aiding and abetting. At least Phyllis, to be fair, Duan, Phyllis actually did go to a judge, and the judge was the one that actually let Phyllis go. Summer should have been caught up in that. Ron says, do you think that Brady should have both Ava and Kristen, or he needs to just focus on getting himself together? Probably getting himself together because he's going to be in trouble with either one of them. But I like Kristen now, so if I had to sit there and choose, I would choose Kristen. Mel says I got good news that Days of Our Lives have has a team recast to the has a team recast in the works, and it's still going to be. So they made a recast. Her name Rachel. I don't feel like that's okay. I guess that's good news to you, but I don't really like. Not really fond of the team stuff. Ariana says, "Got to dip through." Ooh, I know that. Have a great night, Ariana. It was really great to see you. It's actually been really nice to see you in these chats. And trust me, I know that's depressing. Waking up that early in the morning. I'm telling you, chat. Waking up at 3 something in the morning is depressing. It it just says there's no there's just nothing. It's like you wake up at 3 o'clock and you feel like you still should be in bed. Krista says Sally should come back to LA and get back together with Liam. Thank you, Krista. I gotta sit there. I don't really care about the team shit. Like, I really don't. I don't care about um anything that goes on with Holly or Tate. I mean, I guess Holly and Eric right now is interesting, and Holly and Brady right now is interesting, but like, I don't give two shits about the damn team scenes. Like, I don't. Not to tell you the truth, Sophia is just annoying every time she comes on there. So like, I don't care if any. I don't really care who's actually going to be playing Sophia. She's just an annoying ass character. So I don't really see what's actually good about anything that has to do with. Thank you, Chris. So you gave me a good question. You gave me a good question. Maybe a good topic in the future, in the nearby future. So thank you. Kevin says I care about the 30s and 40s. Yeah, exactly. Duan, you're the second person that said that. Ron was the first person. I felt like it was more of a comforting thing, but like, okay. But yeah, Kevin, I don't care about the teens at all. Alistair says yes, Liam needs something to do. He doesn't have anything going on with him. Well, he does. He likes to sit there and get up and stuff his business and chastise Finn when he has no business. Have a good night, Francis. Thank you for joining. And I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. It's really good to see you again. And again, congratulations. I think that water is about done. So I'm going to get my water. I'm going to be right back. And, but I'll still be in the chat though. So I'll still be in the chat. I'll still be answering questions. Sorry about the echo, but yeah. Kevin says I want to Liam and Hope get back together. Liam, I can't believe that you sat there and you I can't believe that you sat there and you cheated on me with Thomas out of all people. Like cheating on her cheating with somebody else would have made it less better. Like I don't I don't get that. All right. By the way, hit that like button, people. It does help. Seriously, we got some new people in that thing today. By the way, hit that like button, people. It does help. I'm still peeking in the chat from time to time, so don't think I'm ignoring anyone. I just don't want to sit there and burn his food. I'm still keeping in touch about his but I'm just on the drawing one. I just don't want to sit there and burn his food. I'm still keeping in touch about his but I'm just on the drawing one. I just don't want to sit there and burn his food. Oh, that's annoying. Have a good night, Renee. It's great seeing you. Hope I get to see you in the next live stream. Duan said, thank God Jess isn't here to make Albert. Well, the thing is, Duan, that was actually her fault. That was actually her fault. Duan, I think we at this point we all know that, even Jess does. So, we really shouldn't continue with the lies and fallacies, Duan. What the hell I was gonna say? That was annoying, by the way. I really do apologize. I didn't think that echo was actually that bad. It was actually that bad. It was actually really, really, really bad. Okay. Let's switch this up. I'm assuming so, Duan. I mean, my whole thing is like, she didn't really have anything else to do. Well, Ron, I think I answer your question when you have a legitimate question, not some question about a character that I repeatedly said over and over again that I don't really care for, to put it nicely. Okay, so here's what we're gonna switch this up. I gotta sit there. The shot says, does anyone remember Brooke telling Hope Liam was fair game at the stuff he had Kelly? I don't remember that. Where are you getting this? Where are some of y'all people getting this from? Y'all like getting like half all these stories that I don't remember. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, I don't really care about it. I don't really care about Sophia. She's annoying. But I appreciate you. Giving me a heads up. Appreciate you. All right, it's gonna be a blackout screen, and then I'm gonna be back on my laptop so I can listen to my music a little bit before my special guest comes in. Do, 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 do. Yeah, we're not gonna go through that again. All right, be 1 second. Last day was good. Last day was good. Oof, okay. Enough of that echo stuff. Oh joy. Yeah, I'm so not looking forward to that run. Awesome. More annoying scenes with that woman. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Now I can I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're gonna cook tonight. We're gonna cook tonight. So when I was in the kitchen, I brought everything. I brought everything except my goddamn fork. So that's awesome. Fork. Duane says Luna was framed. Okay. All right, bro. Lashanta says, I hope they show Luna. Why? What do you need to show Luna for? Or what nonsense are you talking about? Ron says, I'm just suggesting how will Tate feel if Sophia and Brady sleep together. I think he would be grossed out because, Sophia is in high school and Brady's a grown ass adult. Um, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, Ron. Brooke don't want respect marriage or commitment, but wants you to respect hers. Who's random? Oh, Jonathan, that's just that's just Duan being Duan. And yes, I agree with that, Jonathan. Last day says B&B was horrible today. Luna brought entertainment to the show. She was the only entertainment part about the bold and the beautiful. Now she's gone, and once again, it's just boring. Duan says Luna is the lady of cell block C. That is correct, Duan. That is correct. Yeah, Sean. She was kicking butt. She was holding a man that was twice her size. Um, she was holding it down on a man that was twice her size. I'm like, come on, seriously? We gonna sit here and act like this chick shouldn't have been thrown down a flight of stairs? Like, seriously? Come on now. Let's make this. Ooh, okay, this kind of see how much. Let's make this make sense. Yeah, no, when they actually do have some fashion, right, Jonathan? What else my damn there it is. I mean, damn, I know the budget is tight, but y'all show is literally about fashion and stuff. Like, damn. Sean said, yes, she did. Absolutely. She was able to sit there and hold a man that weighed like about like 70 pounds more than her. I know it's a soap opera, but I found that shit to be ridiculous. Lastly, it says what Dr. Seuss riff-off was Finn reading to Kelly and Hayes. Yes, this is what we want children books reading. I guess it's just a good thing they remember they have children. I was so distracted. Um, as soon as I heard them, yeah, and that was true. As soon as I heard them sitting there reading something, I was like, what the hell? I think I just didn't care so much. I didn't even sit there and pay attention to that part. Oh, that's so good. So Mel says I gotta get news. I know what you did last summer. Reboot horror movie is in talks with Chance that star in Body horror movie. Hmm. I don't remember actually watching part. I watched part one so long ago. I don't even remember part two. Well, I didn't even watch part two. I just know that part two had Brandy. That's all I remember. And I think Mackay Pfeiffer. Sean says right. Again, Sean. Here's my thing. If they would have picked another actor that wasn't as big as that guy, it would have been a little bit more believable. Or if they were actually fighting, but to sit there and actually hold this man of that size was like, okay, come on, like seriously. As I said, did I mention Jason? Yes, you did, Jonathan, and I agree with you. And Jonathan, that comment's for you. Duan says Hope and RJ can go. Who would you want to stay then, Duan? Lastly, says that told me completely half the episode couldn't have been green eggs and ham, at least cat in the hat. Then it got even worse when Hope showed up. What did Hope do? Besides just being Hope. She's still fixated on that man, which is it's so sad because it seemed like she didn't learn a damn thing. Brooke has to sit there and put in her head like, yo, listen, you can't be going after a married man. And like, oh, Hope was like, yeah, I figured that. And Hope is like, yeah, I know, I can control my feelings. I'm like, boom, you have an entire list of men in LA, but yet you keep sitting there focusing on another woman's husband. Lorby says it can work. That's what I said, Lorby. If there was an actual fight scene, cool. But like to actually grapple with this man twice her size, that's when it was just like, okay. Juan says everybody but RJ and Hope. Okay. Last stage, this doesn't even sound like a real person. She sounds like a robot. Oh yeah, from the previews, right? Right, Lashanta. Like I said, she doesn't look the part, but she's playing the part well. Was that played by Jacob Young, Jonathan, or was that played by Engo? Or was that a different person? It ain't interesting anymore. Oh, Jacob Young. Okay. Hmm. Well, still bold, and this. I don't know. It's funny. Oh, Jacob Young. Okay, it's funny. because it's like they rushed the shit out of that story. Oh, Duane says Engel played Thornton. Okay. Lushanta says, what reason did Anna want Jason to come in for? It seemed like a completely BS reason, but I think the thing was to try to build up tension, right? Because at first it almost seemed like she was ordering him, like you have to come down to the police station. Until Diane got there, which of course Sonny did not. Sonny didn't help the situation by saying what he said. I'm like, well, last day I always sit there and say that Bold and the Beautiful is my favorite soap comedy. Samantha says Anna is being such a hypocrite. That's true. You're not gonna get an argument from me. But Samantha, let's sit there and see what kind of energy she has when Valentine comes back. Let's see what kind of energy she has when Valentine comes back. Because she let Valentine go. Where'd you hear that from, Duane? Oh, Dexter Red. Yeah, Samantha, Dexter Red. Where'd you hear that from, Duane? Jonathan, let me tell you what was actually worse. She had the police commissioner soaked her. Oh, yeah, you know how unreliable they are, Duane. But okay, don't always believe what she says. But Jonathan, you know what's even worse? Have a night, Sean. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next stream. Is that she's a double agent? She's work. How do you sit there and get a job as far as being a commissioner, and you've been labeled as practically an international trader? That you've been a double agent. How do you sit there and be like, Last says, I think the problem with the Ball and the Beautiful is Hope. She just makes the show unwatchable. She's been unlikable the whole time she's been on the show. Wow, okay. That's kind of over exaggerating it, but I respect your feelings. Duane says it was a theory on soap. And I get it, Duane. I get it. I just don't want you to believe in everything that she says. Terry's gonna say it again, Albert. Which part? Because I said a lot. But I just don't understand how she's the police commissioner and she's been a she's been outed as far as being a double agent, and they thought that she was the best person for the job. Like really? But of course she's not there helping Valentine, right? She's helping Valentine. She's doing some dirt. So it really shouldn't come as a surprise when people find out about her. She was a double agent. Monique. Oh, okay. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, it's like she's a double agent. You put her as in charge of a whole police department? Why says the current version of Hope is unlikable? Why is the current version of Hope is unlikable? Is it because of the actress, or is it because the way that it's being written? Does it have anything to do with your feelings towards the actress, or is it just the way that it's being written? When Nick says, "Sonny, shut the f up." Sometimes how they, yeah, I said the same thing, and it's funny too, Monique, because Diane said the same thing. Sonny was like, "Oh, well, I just want to give you a challenge." No, you just want to be an idiot. Why is my headphones on? Nikisha?
Hey, I'm having technical difficulties. I don't know what is wrong with my camera, but I keep trying to turn it on and it's telling me that it's not connected to Wi-Fi. But it is connected to Wi-Fi because I'm on the internet right now.
Well, we can hear your beautiful, lovely voice.
So I did my hair and makeup for nothing.
Oh,
Dang,
damn, I actually want to see that too. I mean, you're beautiful, natural, just in general.
that's very kind of you. How are you? Sorry I'm so late.
It's all good. It's all good.
I've been trying to
We're
get on.
all sitting there waiting with anticipation because you're just so lovely.
You're very kind to my ego. I appreciate you.
Real. Ron was like super excited because he was guessing it was most likely you. I had to sit there and keep it on the wraps.
Hey, Ron. I'm ready to send out those baby shower invites. Make sure you're available.
Ron says, "I wanted to see that beautiful face." Yes, we all did.
I'm so sorry. I've been messing with this camera for about 10 minutes now. I've been trying to get on and it keeps telling me that what does it say? I can read it right now. Your browser has lost connection to your camera. Make sure no other apps are using your camera. Then refresh the page. Restart if your device continues. But I did all of that and nothing worked. So
That's
I'm done.
crazy.
I didn't want it to be like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So I was like, I'll just give up.
Well, it's always good to sit there and hear your thoughts and everything like that on it. So, you also had some. Did you have some stuff that you was written, or we just freestyling it?
So I know I said I was going to take notes. I did say that, but I did not do that. I
Oh, it's
started
cool.
to, and
We're
life
gonna shoot
happened.
from the hip then.
So yeah, we can just talk. I appreciate you remembering that though.
Of course, I try to sit there and remember as much important stuff as possible.
One day I'm gonna come on and have like a full dissertation ready for you and prepared. Today,
Listen, I just love hearing your thoughts, and everyone loves hearing your thoughts. So, we'll start with the question. Christina versus Molly. Who's starting you on General Hospital?
yeah. I don't think I'm on either side, Molly or Christina. I appreciate the new direction in the writing. Like before, in the past few weeks, the story that the writers were telling us was that everything was all about Christina. Everybody catered to her. And that wasn't necessarily the story that we've seen throughout the years because Molly and Christina always had like a great relationship. And Molly did not resent Christina. She supported Christina like everybody else. So I will say what I appreciate now about the writing is that they are clearly showing that Alexis is catering to Christina. Alexis is treating Christina better, is prioritizing her emotions. So I appreciate that's what they're showing us. It does feel pretty sudden because Alexis has been a pretty good mom, with the exception of killing her grandbaby by yelling at Sam.
Hmm.
Other than that, she's been a pretty good parent. So I don't like that they're changing the story, but at least it makes it easier for me to watch. Now my daughter, she's on the other side. She doesn't think it's fair that they just switched it up. She doesn't understand why all of a sudden now Alexis is acting that way to Christina when that isn't how she's been doing.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you?
I've been in the middle. I can see both sides of it. Um, I can see where Christina's coming from. People listening to saying, well, she was going to backstab Molly and TJ and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, technically, when you're a surrogate, you do have a certain amount of days to change your mind. Now, that does suck and it's awful for the other person, but there's reasons why that law is in place. Unfortunately, things do happen. They do fall in love with the baby, and it is what it is. So I can see why some people would be Team Christina, you know, but I can also see Molly and TJ because she's the one that did sit there and approach both of them, be like, "Oh, I want to be the surrogate. I want to be the surrogate. Let me be the surrogate." She literally sat there and hounded them until they agreed. So I can see the level of disrespect every time she says, "Oh, well, Adela would have been this, Adela would have been that." It's like seriously, really?
Yeah, every time Kristina called her baby Adela, I cringe. I'm like,
Mm,
dang, she could do that in private, but she should not do that right in Molly's face. That's mad. That is very disrespectful. I don't
yeah.
like that Kristina doesn't. I hope that at the end of this, it ends with Kristina getting a bipolar diagnosis, and that will kind of make things make more sense for me. But I don't really. I'm not really being moved by the actress, and this is a story that should move me. Like I've lost a baby. They had Kristina crying on the gravesite. I've literally did that. I literally been on the grave at my baby's gravesite crying, and I watched that scene and felt nothing. I don't know if it's intentional by the actress or what, but it's not moving me. I don't know why. So I'm hoping that she's saving that up. And I know I heard the rumor that people are saying she's gonna try to kill herself and accidentally get Sam. If that's the case, then maybe the actress is saving up all that emotion for those scenes. But I hope something is coming because she's not moving me. Normally a story like this, because of my own personal stuff, would have me like bawling. Like I had the tissues ready. But I felt nothing.
Mm, okay. What are your thoughts on Geo? Because I feel like at some point I'm just gonna want to forgetting about him, but since the alcohol hasn't kicked in, what are your thoughts on Geo? Like,
I would love it if we all collectively forgot about Gio. I do forget about Gio. I don't understand the purpose. I know originally I think we assumed that he was gonna be the love interest for Trina. They barely have any scenes together, and when they do, it's all about Josh. So besides that, I don't really see his purpose, but I think other people probably agree with this. I can see the groundwork they're laying very recently to make him Brooklyn and Dante's secret love child that never happened because Brooklyn and Dante didn't have sex. That didn't happen. It almost happened, but Lulu busted in the room. But I think they're gonna rewrite it and make him their secret love child.
yeah, I was in Dion's live stream as well, and I remember watching, just to kind of refresh my memory, and it was just like, but you know how they love to sit there and retcon stuff, so it's like just to insult some of the people that were watching it before. Let's just be real.
Yeah, and it does. And I hope that if that's the path that they go, that they make it so that there was another time that Brooklyn and Dante were together before, off camera, like but when they lived in the old neighborhood. I hope that it's that far back so that at least it's not taking away the history that we have. Because like you said, we can go on YouTube right now and look at those clips and know that they didn't sleep together. I hope that if they're gonna rewrite it, they at least make it so that we can't like verify it. But I'm sure
Now,
it.
now I got a question for you because I've been sent to asking everybody, and Kyrie's one of doing the video on it. But I want to sit there and hear your thoughts on Kelly Monaco being fired.
I have a lot. Let's see how coherent I can be. I care about Kelly Monaco. And it's weird to say I care about a celebrity, but I care about her because I care about Sam. I care about Kelly because Kelly made me care about Sam. And my own loss, it was a couple of years before Sam came on the show, so it wasn't at the same time. But I can remember very clearly that I was still very much deep in my grief when Sam lost baby Lila. And as corny as it may sound, because I know it's just a soap opera, I'm aware, but seeing Sam grieving and Jason taking her to the island, helping her heal that whole story, it really did support me and make me not feel better about my loss. That's impossible, but see that Sam was surviving, so I could survive too. And because that particular story and all that character came to mean to me, it was a real hit to the gut to hear that she's leaving and to hear that it's the show's choice that they're firing her. I think that they underestimate what she means to people because I think it's a lot of women who feel the same way that I do about Sam and understand that those connections are what keeps us watching the show all of these years. Even through all the bad storylines or things that don't make sense, we hang on and bear with it. But we can all be honest and say that most of the shows, at least General Hospital, well, no, I'll say this for all the soaps. It's more just it's not good every day. So a lot of the times when we tune in, we're just bearing with them till the story gets good. And Sam is one of the reasons I keep tuning in to General Hospital. I'm still gonna watch it, but I will feel her loss and I will mourn her. And I don't think that the fans being mad and petitioning and posting and all of that is bad. I feel that even if it doesn't change the show's mind, it will let Kelly Monaco know what she means to us. Because to do the type of scenes that she did and the work that she did is very generous, very selfless to see her go through all of that angst. And even though it's acting, your body doesn't know you're acting. You still have to feel those feelings to make them come across on screen. And I want her to know that we appreciate her and what she meant to us. So I signed the petition. I didn't donate money because I ain't got it, but I did sign a petition. I'll sign anything. And like I said, even if it doesn't work, so to speak, I will be grateful for the fact that Kelly Monaco knows what she means to us, what Sam meant to us. And I wish that General Hospital, the show itself, and the powers that be would understand why she's such an important character. Like, she's not, there are many characters you can just write off and I'll never think about again. But I'll miss Sam every day. I know people say the actress is phoning it in, and I'll agree. Yeah, there were some scenes where Sam could have given more. But they also could have written better for her. Sam hasn't gotten to be the focus of a story in a very long time. And the story that she had more recently was very opposite to the woman that we got to know. Sam was strong and powerful. They haven't had her in that role in a very long time. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling now.
No, 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 no,
But I
no.
got
You're not. You're not. You're really not. And I'm glad that you have the perspective that you had. I mean, my perspective was, well, not as nice as yours, not as heartfelt as yours. So I'm glad to sit there and listen to yours. Ron wants to know, do you mind if Ava and Jason hooks up?
it depends on how it's written and how it happens. I don't right now see the chemistry, but that's because More West has chemistry with anybody if she chooses to. But I would want the story to be very well written. And I even as a writer, I don't know what their story is because Jason loved Morgan, and Ava's responsible for Morgan's death. So it has to be a very well crafted story to make Jason attracted to Ava. Maybe they need to be drugged and they accidentally do it. And then we deal with the ramifications. That I would watch.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. No. No. I was just glad that you had such a good perspective on the whole Sam character and everything. I mean, the thoughts that I had and the feelings and the things that I said, I still stand by them. But it's nice and interesting to hear another opinion expressed and stuff like that about the actress and everything. And granted, I don't wish any ill will towards her or anything like that. I do wish her the best. Hopefully, my whole theories was, maybe she goes on the gates like everyone is saying, or maybe she goes on Bold and then maybe Days of Our Lives. I think she would sit there and kill any one of those shows, or even The Young and the Restless. I think she would do good on.
Yeah, I don't want her on another soap. I would like her to go into primetime work, maybe like a Netflix show. But that's the world she comes from. Kelly started off on like a primetime series. Well, I won't say started off because I don't know her whole career, but I know she was on Baywatch before she was on General Hospital.
I don't
I
remember that.
think she can do great work and I would like her in a different platform because I don't like the way General Hospital treated her, and I don't want her to walk into another environment that could just cut her off like that. Like she gave us the best years of her life and some really good work, very emotional work, and I don't want her to pour that into another place where it could just disappear if somebody says so. I want her in a something more stable, whatever that is. Maybe
But
she can
why?
use Nicholas Chavez's network connections. You
But
know.
let me ask you a question. Why would you think that prime time be a little more stable than um daytime?
Well, I think if she gets a show where she gets a contract, and the contract is, you are here for this season. I know the shows can be canceled and things like that, but that'll be an ending that she's kind of expecting versus being blindsided. I feel like in prime time, and GH she had it, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes, so maybe there was more to it. But I know that she was on contract and then she wasn't. I would like her something where her contract is finite and they have to like honor those obligations. I want her to have a steady paycheck or at least know that the paycheck is going to end. I don't want her to be blindsided again. And I think I
Yeah.
want her something where the role is not quite as heartbreaking as the work that Sam had to do. I like to see her maybe have more of a comedic role or a drama, yeah, but I don't want to see her having to cry and pour her heart out. At least not too soon.
Okay. Now, what soaps have you been keeping up with?
General Hospital. I I tune into the chat from time to time, so I kind of know what's going on not Days of Our Lives, not at all. Young and the Restless, kinda. Bold and the Beautiful. Oh yeah, I watch that every day. I just forget that exists. I watch Bold and Beautiful today. Um, I am mad because it does not look like Zendaya is gonna get a scene to confront Luna. Like Zendaya should get a scene. RJ should get a scene. Zendaya should get scenes from everybody else apologizing to him. Like I hope that this is not the end of the story, but it kind of feels like the end of the story.
Hmm. Now, I said something, and I want to know. I want to know your opinions on it. I want to know your opinion on it. So, you know, I think it was either Black Mud or somebody else is just saying like, they owe Zendy an apology. And I sat there and I looked at it and I was like, well, if you look at, I don't know, the facts or whatever, like at the end of the day, Zendy still, like, even though that Luna was bad and she was plotting and everything like that, Zendy still knew that Luna was RJ's girlfriend. Zendy still did what he did with Luna. So my whole thing is like, how much of an apology should people actually give him, knowing that at the end of the day, they didn't know what Luna was up to, but they knew that Luna was RJ's girlfriend, and he still did what he did. So what exactly changed to, make people feel that he deserves an apology?
Because he was a victim. Because it wasn't just that they didn't just attack him because he slept with RJ's girlfriend. They attacked him because he took advantage of Luna, and he was actually being taken advantage of. Is he wrong for sleeping with his cousin's girlfriend? Yeah, but that's not a crime. That's different. Having consensual sex with a willing partner is different than taking advantage of someone who was on drugs. People cheat every day. Is it right? No. But it's a completely different story than taking advantage of somebody. They owe that black man an apology for saying he had sex with somebody without their consent. Brooke, Brooke especially owes him about. She made that man cry. What? He was a victim. Luna took advantage of Zendaya. She had the best night of her life, and then pretended that she didn't remember any of it and she didn't know what's happening. Like I don't have a penis. I'm not a man, so I don't know. But I can't imagine what it would feel like to wake up and think that like you assaulted someone. It's a horrible of crime that is, and that's how Zendaya carried it. And I don't even like Zendaya. as a character, but I still think it was messed up. And I think that they all owe him an apology, especially Brooke. And Zende already made his apology. The only apology he owed was to Zende. I mean to RJ, and he did that already.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This is why I love having you on here. This is why I love having you on here. That's definitely food for thought. I didn't sit there and look at it that way. So
Yeah, it's so many. It happens so many times that people say something happened to them that didn't happen to them, and that's dangerous. But not maybe not as much now, but not too many decades ago, that could have got a black man hung. Can't say stuff.
hmm
And I think that like women know that, so that's another of layer of Luna's duplicity, is that like it's 2024, she knows what accusing a man of something like that could do, and she did it anyway.
mm,
Zende should get to look her in her face and say whatever he needs to say to help him heal from the assault that he didn't even know happened to him. And then Brooke needs to apologize. Maybe RJ needs to apologize to Zende too, but I can't really remember the scenes between them. I remember that Brooke had that single tear falling from Zende's eye, and it looked real. It looked like it was fake.
okay. You know, my one caveat, and granted, I'm glad that you actually did sit there and say that, is that one of the things that Luna said. Not that I don't know if this makes it better or anything like that. She did sit there and say that he didn't do without my consent. Like, like she kept into saying like he didn't take advantage of me, and RJ was like, well, he didn't take advantage of Luna. He just screwed me over by being with my girlfriend in a sexual way. But it seemed like they tried to go out their way, at least both of them. And I think Brooke maybe by saying, well, you didn't R word her, but we're just mad at you because you did that and knowing that it was RJ's girl.
Is that a question?
No, well, I mean that's from what I've heard when I watched it. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't think that changes anything. Um, which I think I understand what you're saying. That I think that what you're saying is like the apology that I'm saying needs to come. You're saying has already happened. Like they already made that clarification.
No, no, well, yeah, I mean they already made a clarification in a way. It was like they didn't sit there and say that Zende um took advantage of her. They were just sit there saying like you know you messed with RJ's girl, not you took advantage of her. Like they seemed like they were all mad at the fact that you betrayed your cousin, by sleeping with his girl, not that you took advantage of her while she was under the influence.
So, but why does it say that that's true and that's 100% accurate? But that being the case doesn't mean that Zende wasn't still a victim. Why? I don't think that the fact that what they were mad about was something different means that they don't still owe him an apology. Zende was a victim, and that needs to be acknowledged. He was taken advantage of, he was manipulated, and he deserves, I don't know what justice would look like besides acknowledgement, but everybody who was in his face screaming needs to apologize. If RJ was a victim in the fact that Zende slept with his girl, then Zende gets to be a victim for the fact that the girl manipulated him into sleeping with her and then lied about it the next day.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay, okay, all right,
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it should happen.
okay, all right. Thank you. I didn't look at it that way. Okay.
But like I said, I do see what you're saying. I don't think that anybody made it seem like he, violently attacked her or anything like that. But I think he deserves an apology.
Okay. Now I know that you didn't keep up with the like Days of Our Lives and stuff like that. I kind of got to spoil it for you a little bit. I'm sorry. But so Holly finds out that Eric was the one that was responsible for her dad's death, right? And this is a great scene, but the problem is that Nicole isn't there because the actress isn't there. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's unfortunate that the scene could actually have a little bit more impact because, she's not there.
So they didn't. They're not going to recast Nicole. She's just written off.
Yeah, she's just written off. He just came there to town to support Brady, but he also came there to town to sit there and tell Holly. But Holly summed up the scene perfectly. She was like, "You had 17 years to sit there and tell me this. You sit there and say, well, you were waiting for the perfect time. Dude, she's 17 years old. Like, when was the perfect time?" But as much as angry as she is at him, she should also be getting that same fire, if not more, to Nicole. But because we don't have Nicole, you know, this is what's lacking.
Well, this is my opinion about Nicole not being there. I don't know if you can hear me clapping.
Oh, I can hear it. We can all hear it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know how loud it was going to be. That's how I feel about that. Because I don't like Nicole. No, I can understand though of the wanting to have the character there, especially if it's a storyline that's been going on for 17 years. Well, probably not really 17 years. Probably like more like what 8, 10 years in real life versus soap opera years.
Oh, and Jess says hi.
Hey, Jess, good to see you. Even though I can't be seen. Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up with days that much. I'm clapping because Nicole isn't there. That's
Oh,
very
I don't
disappointing.
blame you.
Well, I don't like Nicole, but I do feel for the actress because I know all the behind the scenes stuff that happened, and that it's probably very unfair that the actress isn't there. So that does suck. I do want to acknowledge that. I do not applaud injustice, but in the fictitious world of Salem, I'm happy that Nicole is not there. I'm sorry for you guys. Maybe do you want to recast it? Do you care?
I mean, I don't care. It's actually kind of funny. I wish Jess was actually here earlier, because Nikisha, you gave some really great insight onto the Kelly Monaco situation. So, Jess, you should probably go back in a little bit and watch that part because Nikisha gave some great insight on that. Very heartfelt. It was the exact opposite of me, and I loved it.
I appreciate that. I respect your opinion as well. But I do think a lot of Kelly Monaco's fans are probably women who feel similarly to me. I just wish General Hospital would take that into account and understands that like we're gonna grieve her. But maybe they did take it into account, and maybe the producer said Kelly Monaco had to go, and so the writers knew the best way to make her go was to end her, so that we will get to grieve. Hopefully, if that is I know that's just a rumor, but if that is what happens, I hope that we get lots of montages and flashbacks to honor her character and cry, and people can flood Kelly Monaco's social media with love and let her know how much she meant to us.
Damn.
Means
Goddamn, Jess.
no. I see. I got to pull my phone up to look. Jess, why did she need to go? Is it because they didn't write for Sam? They were giving her no story. And I understand. I do acknowledge that the writers haven't given her much to work with. And the thing is, they could have even recently. They had the one scene with Kristina and Sam, and they talked about Baby Lala for like 30 seconds. I don't know why Sam didn't tell Kristina that Lala saved her life. Kristina wouldn't be alive if Alexis hadn't yelled at Sam and killed the baby. And those stem cells. Like that should have been part of that story. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm yelling now. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, 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 no. Listen, I want you to express how you feel.
That
That
should have
we
been
go
part of that
100%.
conversation. Alexis should be not only is Alexis having to like choose between her daughters, But another layer of this whole thing should be that Alexis blames herself for baby Lala's death when she looks at Kristina and she looks at Sam. Like, that's good story. That's a lot of meat to just insert in there to build upon, and it's right there. And I don't know why they would come so close to acknowledging it and then just dip off. Like, because that's what the fans who've been watching it for a long time, when Sam and Kristina were sitting on that couch and she briefly mentioned her loss, we were all thinking about it. I imagine we can all still see Alexis in a chapel at the hospital screaming at Sam grabbing her stomach, the baby dying, and then saving Kristina. That happened. And if we're all thinking about it and processing and feeling it anyway, why not acknowledge it on the show? Tap into that. That should be something else. Alexis looks all run down and tired because she has to pick between Molly and Kristina. It should also be because she's trying not to think about her grandbaby she killed.
Hmm. Now, Ron, Nikisha just said that she hasn't been following Days of Our Lives, but since you really want to sit there and ask this question, could you see it in the chat or no?
Yeah, I thought it said Connie and Gabby were sleeping together. I was like, what's the problem? Excuse me. All right. Gabby were sleeping together and Connie playing with her feelings. Um, yeah, I don't think one person cheating and another person cheating is gonna fix anything because that just looks like more chances for STDs to me. Um, but they don't really exist on soap opera unless that's a story. EJ and Gabby slept together?
Yep.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that coming. That didn't feel like there was potential even for that there. EJ didn't feel like a character you would sleep with. Ew. He was a little too self righteous for me. I can't. Why did Gabby do that? Just to get back at Johnny Zakar?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
that's
much. Yeah. Yeah. And Johnny Sakara. Yes.
because he slept with Ava, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Well, then, good for her, I guess. Mission accomplished. Is she pregnant and not knowing who the
Oh,
baby daddy is?
that's going to be the question. That's going to be the question. But I want to know your thoughts. Like, do you feel bad that John died? I can't call him Jagged. I'm sorry, but do you feel bad that Sonny killed John? Are you upset about that?
I'm not upset about him dying because I don't consider that Jackie either. Like Antonio Sabato Jr. is Jagger. That's John. He needed to die, and like we could see that he was gonna die. The more and more unhinged he got, like it was very clear that his end was coming. I thought it was gonna be more of a whodunit. I kind of wish that it was a whodunit, so that the audience we didn't see, like if we had saw Alexis out and about and Kristina steal the gun and Sonny out and about and just kind of had to figure out who the killer was, that would be more fun for me. I don't I don't know what Sonny's plan was. Like Sonny had a plan because he had the gloves on. So he was gonna kill him. But then what? Was he gonna throw the body in the water? Was there any plan at all? Because Michael came and cleaned everything up and fixed everything. I feel like Sonny has been on his meds long enough to have formulated a plan. I would like to know what the plan was before Michael interrupted the plan. But the way that they're playing it out is like it was no plan. And that doesn't make sense to me. And also, how often does Sonny kill people? Sonny don't kill nobody. Sonny tell Jason. And Jason do it. And then we don't have these problems. So I don't know why he did because they're back on good terms now. I don't know why he didn't just tell Jason to do it. And I kind of feel like we've been watching three different shows for a while now because of the different writers. And so we have like this piece that's left over from this writing team who's no longer there, and this piece left over from the writing team who's no longer there, and then the current writing team who's kind of piecing it all together and inserting their pieces. So it makes me feel a little better to think that these were pieces left from the previous stories, and that maybe Sonny did have a plan, but we asked those scenes to change the story. Or else I don't know what we're doing. Like Sonny's not
I
stupid.
I didn't think of that. Wow.
That's the only thing, the only way that I can make it make sense to be able to look at the show and like dive into it, and because Like Sonny had, if he didn't have the gloves, then I would say, oh, Sonny just acted impulsively. It's the bipolar, because even though he's on his meds, he's still bipolar. But like he had them gloves on, so he was planning something. Like I don't. It's not very clear. So I think the redirecting writing is the only thing that makes me it makes a little more sense, even though it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and
Feel bad for Michael. I want Michael. I hope that in 2 months, Michael is on a private jet taking Sasha to Paris because it's Thursday, and Willow is stuck at home with Wiley because I hope she gets Wiley in a divorce. She deserves the punishment.
well, you hope that she gets Wiley?
Yes, I hate that boy.
Oh shit!
I can't stand that kid. She deserved Wiley.
Wow.
Please take that child. Oh, it's funny. I was talking about Heather Weber to my daughter, and like she's new to Heather Weber, so she doesn't know that. Like if Heather Weber gets loose, Heather is gonna take a baby. I don't know what baby it's gonna be, but she's gonna take the baby. And I said she was gonna take Ace. I was like, Heather is gonna get out. She's gonna take that baby. She said she wanted Heather to take Ace and to take Wiley instead.
Damn.
Does anybody like Wiley? Do you like Wiley? That kid is so annoying. Grandma Nina. Ugh. I hate him.
Wow. That's so unexpected of you. I
That is
like
a
it.
very annoying kid. His name
Nice.
sucks, Wiley, because
Yeah,
his
that is a
baby
stupid
mom
name.
wow for him. Oh my god, please.
So are you feeling this whole, like, okay, let's put it this way. Do you feel bad for Willow?
I feel bad for the actress that plays Willow,
Damn.
but I don't feel bad for Willow. I don't think they're writing it to feel bad for Willow. I know that when everything comes out, Willow's gonna be like, especially with killing Kate. It's gonna be another thing Michael was keeping from me. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't trust me. Blah 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 blah. Michael only lies to Willow when he's trying to protect her. And she's proven she is not about that mob life. Every time she knows a secret, she tells somebody. She's not built for it. So he has a lot of her. He has a lot of her to protect her and himself. Sasha would keep secrets. Sasha would have his back. Sasha has already proved that she's selfless for Michael. She gave him up for him.
Yeah. That's why for me, like I sat there when I saw Willow crying and stuff like that, being like, oh, I don't want to be that person. I was like, boo, you were that person practically 3 times. You hooked up with Drew twice. You cheated on Chase, but you want to sit there and say, I'm not that woman. No, boo, you've been that woman.
Facts. I
So
agree.
like, I can't with her.
She is a cheater. And like I will give her a little bit of grace because she did spend a lot of time in the cult. Her mom sacrificed her. That's very sad. But like we've also seen Willow be a virtuous character, but also a very messy character. So I think that's valid. I don't. I wish that. I think okay. Let me speak coherently. I don't think all the different pairs of writers agreed on the Drew and Willow pairing. I wish that they had planted those seeds earlier on so that it wasn't a sudden shift. Because Willow did not look at Drew as like anything besides like a parental figure. There was nothing else there until the writers decided it was, and they switched it up very quickly. And I just wish that it hadn't been that way because she just was grateful to him for saving her life. But she hasn't kissed Curtis. She didn't kiss Curtis. She didn't kiss Trina, and she kissed Liesel. They all played an equal part. Lisa played the biggest part in saving her life, and she ain't want to have sex with none of them. It might make ratings go up.
Yeah. Um.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you watched today's episode, but Samantha asked, "Do you think that Portia would change Heather's records in some ways?"
Yes. When as soon as I saw her at the computer, my daughter was like, what is she doing?" I said, "Fucking her." Oh, I'm sorry. Running her career. I said she's ruining her career. That's what I said. Oh. Yeah, I think she's definitely gonna change those records. And I think that before the previous team of writers that's why they brought Brad back. I think they were gonna have Brad in the lab so that Portia could like manipulate him into doing it or like force him to do it using her co-chief of staff power. But we haven't seen Brad anymore, so that probably means we won't see him again.
Damn.
Well, I mean, June is a long way away, so I don't think they're gonna bring him out just for Pride Month. I don't know if we're gonna see Brad again. I would be very happy if we see Brad again, but I'm not optimistic. How
Hmm.
awkward was it they put Brad and Terry in the same scene? God.
Well, there was
Go
something
ahead.
else I wanted to then ask you, and I can't remember what it is, but like, I mean, are you happy that like, okay, what are your thoughts about Lucky coming back?
Oh my God. Sorry. I think
No,
I'm
don't be
louder
sorry.
when I'm
Keep it
looking at
100.
my face. Like it's just the audio, so I'm like extra. I would have with what they're comparing what they're showing us, the story they're giving us. I would have much rather Laura look up at the door and be like, "Oh, Lucky, you're here." They could have just brought Lucky back. They said, I don't know how much money they spent on all this story and Holly. Like, I don't need this scene. I don't need Lucky playing cards. He's not Luke. I get what they're trying to do. I guess it's kind of cute, but I was over it after one day. It's ridiculous and it's absurd and it's an insult to Jonathan Jackson and the fans. He's been sitting at a table playing cards for a week. I don't know why we're doing this. I really don't. It's ridiculous. I don't because it does not matter because even though we have Holly now, which I said this last night, but I'll say it again. The only scene that I have ever enjoyed with Holly in it was when she was on fire. That brought me much pleasure. But other than that, I'm always annoyed when Holly is in a scene. So I don't know why she's back and how much you paying the legend that is Emma Samms. Yes, I applaud Emma Samms. She's amazing. Holly sucks. And for
Hmm.
what? Like this story is not gonna matter. The only benefit of this story, I think, is gonna be Isaiah, so Jordan gets a love interest. But we've done that story a million times. We did that story when Drew, before when he was John Doe, before he was Jason, and we did this story with Jason, where you have the man in the hospital bed and nobody knows who he is, and we're struggling to find his identity for some clicking clock to figure out whatever is going to happen. Like we've done this. It's unnecessary. I literally could have had Lucky and Isaiah walk into the room together and just be like, "Hey, we missed you. This is my friend Isaiah. He's a doctor." Jordan could be like, "Hey, how are you?" That would be fine with me. I don't feel like we need all of these episodes stretched out over all these extras, all this extra money we're spending. It's not necessary because whatever Lucky story is going to be, this part of it's not going to matter in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
not.
And I,
It would be different. I'm sorry. I have one more thing. The only way I would
yeah,
take this whole cards thing is if they ooh, and that would be a good story. I just thought of this. If they tied it into the dead man's hand. Do you
mm,
remember that card? The cards, the dead
yes,
man's
I do.
hand when Sam came on, and maybe they could even tie that to her exit. Of how whatever story has her killed because she was in that story. And you want a Jax recast? They could even bring Jax in for that.
Oh, I didn't want
He was
Jack's
in the story.
recast.
You didn't? Who
Nope.
wanted a Jax recast? Was it
I think it
Curtis?
was pretty much everybody else in the chat except for me.
I'm sorry. I thought it was. I vaguely remember from last night somebody wanted the Jax recast because I don't
It
support
was
it.
it was pretty much everyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, chat. I'm sorry to tell you all this, but me and Albert are correct, and you are all wrong. We don't need a Jax recast. Oh no, you want an Ingo back? Now I
Yep.
remember. I
Yep.
don't support that either, Albert. I'm sorry. I take it all back.
I love it. I love it.
No, I don't like Ingo. I don't Ingo. Well, I don't care too much for him as a person, from what I know, but also like he sued. He can't come back. You can't sue and come back unless there's like a change in ownership, and I don't see that happening. I don't need Jax at all. I'm sorry to
Mm.
everyone who loves Jax. Also,
Oh,
tell me
that.
why you love Jax, because I don't understand.
Oh, that's what I had to sit there and ask you. I was waiting because you said that you had some stuff to talk about with Jocelyn and her perspective and how she was channeling her inner Jax. She was
Because
being more. Yes. So yeah.
could I tell you how annoying it is to me? Every website, every chat, everything I go in, everybody's saying that Joss is finally being like Jax now. When I have always said that she's like Jax and everybody else said she was like Carly, which I do believe that she shares some characteristics with Carly. But she's much more like Jax. She is so self-righteous and hypocritical and judgmental. Not even so much hypocritical, more judgmental. That's very much Jax, and I've always seen that in Joss. But I'm glad that everybody else is seeing it now. But what Jax Joss said? Let me talk in English. Sorry. What Joss said to Carly was correct. She was wrong in the way that she said it, but what she said wasn't wrong. And like if Carly was to go to jail, Josh would be the one raising Donna, so she gets the right to be upset about it. She was mad disrespectful and rude, but the most of the time during the scenes where Joss was yelling at Carly, most of the time I was just like, mm, because I was just agreeing with her, and it was just like, damn, Carly, what can you say? I think the bigger problem is that they wrote Carly this way. I do not. I wish to God Carly wasn't saving Sonny again. Like she made it so easy for him. I wish it was a little bit harder. I know that Sonny was off his meds, but he has not apologized enough for me. Like I need him to be much more apologetic to Carly and to Jason. Because he dared look Carly in her face and say, even after all this time, I know you're the only one I can count on. When 2 weeks ago, he told her the opposite. He needs to acknowledge that. Even though he was off his meds, he needs to be more sorry. And I wish Carly had hesitated. She didn't hesitate at all. She was just like, all right, what you need me to do? I got you. I wish she would have at least paused and like thought about her kids or something. But well, no, that's not fair because Carly would say she did think about Donna and she didn't want Donna growing up without her father. But I wish she would have thought a little more about Joss too and her granddaughter Avery.
Yeah, and and I here's the thing. I do get like, I did my review, or whatever, and I talked about like Jocelyn being disrespectful, right? So like, yeah, her heart was in the right place. She was hella disrespectful. Um, and part of me just sat there and I was like, listen, you don't, Carly's a grown ass woman, and I think this is what like if somebody, your daughter, whatever, somebody, imagine whatever, talks to you in a certain way. Part of you's gonna sit there and be like, I'm sorry, who's the parent, me or you? So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
Carly,
what I'm saying? Like that's where that issue comes in from. It's like, how dare you feel like I'm supposed to owe you an explanation? Like like you're talking to me like I'm your child.
I feel you. But the problem is, and I'm a Carly fan. For anybody come at me, I love Carly. But Carly kind of lost that parental authority when she called her daughter to bail her out of jail, to pick her up from jail. And then fussed at her because she had her phone off, so she was in jail all night.
You remember that?
Like as a parent, as a mother, once you do that with your child, what can you really say?
But I mean, you wouldn't have that knee jerk reaction if your daughter came at you in a similar way to be like, I'm sorry, who's the parent here?
My daughter would never because she's an angel. Hey,
Okay,
angel.
well, in an alternate universe,
And no, I agree with you. I agree with you that Joss was disrespectful, and Carly can take issue with that. But Carly also needs to remember that she called her daughter to pick her up from the police station. Like that, Joss was right. She was wrong on the way that she said it, but the things that she said were not incorrect.
I
And like
agree with that.
Carly is impulsive. She is impulsive in all things, and she was impulsive in her covering for Sonny, like it was a knee jerk reaction, like nothing the past 2 years had happened. And I just, for me, because I'm such a Carly fan, I would like a scene of Carly either alone and like talking out loud, thinking out loud to herself, or saying to someone else, maybe Jason, maybe Josh, maybe Bobby's tombstone. Maybe she can talk to her mom about it. But I need Carly to be like, I can't believe I'm doing this. What is happening? Like, I need her to just acknowledge her own hypocrisy to herself before moving forward. Because they acted like Carly had all this growth. She was on the beach. She got new boobs. She changed her name to Spencer. Like, everything was supposed to change, and she was supposed to be this whole different art and lifestyle for Carly. And now she's right back covering for Sonny, and that's a lot of regression. And I just wish that like she would acknowledge it, because I can move forward with the story, but I need Carly to acknowledge how messed up it is that she's put herself in this situation again.
I think that she will. I think like the way I look at it is like, yeah, everything happened so fast. It was like, um, Sonny came to her and Cynthia saying, "Hey, listen, I need you to sit there and cover," and she just kind of just reacted, right? So like, I feel like maybe down the line she's gonna be like, you know what, I really did mess up. I'm right back to where I started, and on top of that, like I just got from beating charges because somebody else intervened, and now I put myself right back in that situation. I think maybe if they once everything kind of slows down and she takes a minute to sit there and just catch her breath, she probably will do that. Hopefully
Yeah.
she will do that.
Do you think they're gonna have to get married?
Part of me is like I only feel like they will just because the Carly and Sunny fans have been asking for that for years. They've been wanting those two back together for years, despite the rumors that they just got kind of bored working together. Like they didn't hate each other. It was just like, all right, we want something different. Um, so I think despite that, it's like if the fans really want it and they're like, fine, we'll appease the fans. We'll throw y'all a bone. They'll do it.
And I went to Carice's chat after your members only chat. Y'all should join the membership. The best chats happen in private.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
you're
Seriously,
welcome.
it does.
I mean that. But I went to Carice's chat after yours wrapped up, and he said last night. Was it Carice or did somebody else say? I think it was Dolly that said. I'm so sorry if I'm mixing up people, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think it was actually Dolly that said it. That it should have been Lois. That Lois should have been the one to have to be Sonny's be with him, to not have to testify, to help him cover for him. It should have been Lois instead of Carly. I think it was Dolly, not Carice. I'm sorry, y'all. That said that, and I agree. I think that would have been an interesting story, and a much, because we were talking about Lois's story and the whole uh,
Yeah, that
that
vocal
accident.
coach thing, that coach thing. Yeah,
Yeah, how horrible that is, and they could have. I know what Kyrie said. Kyrie said that it's so sad that Bold and the Beautiful gave Rena Sofer/Lois a better story than General Hospital did. Like they did, Quinn was a better character than Lois, which is crazy to even think of or say, but it's true.
yeah.
Quinn was
No,
better than Lois.
he's 100%. He's 100% correct. Um, it's just what they have her doing now. It's just like the thing is, people have been wanting it for years. So like every time that she's on, part of me, part of me wants to sit there and be kind of petty and be like, "So did y'all enjoy the lowest scenes today? Because a lot of y'all fans wanted it. Y'all wanted her back for years. Now she's here. Yeah, y'all getting what y'all want, right?"
I feel attacked.
I'm sorry, but
Personal.
it's just like,
I
I
did
mean,
want Lois back.
I want more from her. I've heard about her character, legendary and everything like that, and this is what they giving her. Come on.
It's pretty sad. It's true. If I had to choose between Quinn having story on Bold and Beautiful and what they're giving us with Lois now on General Hospital, I would take Quinn back like that any second now. Because I can't believe they wasted a whole 2 episodes with this. Well, it actually was more like a week from the time that they introduced it to the conclusion. But if I feel like if there was a reason behind it, like maybe it's too hard for Rena Sofer to do the accent anymore or something like that, I would be more understanding. But otherwise, like I need to know that as an audience member, I need them to post that on like their Instagram or something. I'm not even on Instagram, so if they do post that on Instagram, will y'all please tell me in the chat?
I'll definitely tell you.
Thank you. Yeah, it sucks because we know that that woman can do so much more. She's such a good actress. I would even take it if they changed the character of Lois a little bit to like give her an opportunity to do more. Sorry if you hear
Now,
the ice machine. I'm gonna turn it off. I didn't realize it was still in the background. You hear ice falling. Sorry.
that's fine. Just going back to Bold and the Beautiful. Let me ask you a question, because, like, we were talking about this in the chat and stuff like that. Did you feel that it is Finn's fault that Hope kissed her? I mean, that Hope kissed him. Because Duffy was like, she was upset that Finn allowed Hope to kiss him, and I'm like, I feel like there's a certain level of victim blaming going on, and I'm just like, maybe it's just me, but I feel like if the roles were reversed and we were sitting there blaming a woman for something like that, people would be all over us saying, well, you shouldn't be sitting there victim blaming. But because it's a man that got kissed without his consent, we're just like, oh, well, let's just sit there and blame Finn.
I don't think it's because it's a man. I think it's because it's Finn. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, do you blame?
No, I don't actually. And even when Steffi was like yelling at him, I was yelling at her because we all know Steffi got kissed 2 times by Liv and ain't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes her a hypocrite. And I guess that we're just never gonna mention those kisses again. I guess they didn't happen because she ain't told him yet. So I agree that she was being hypocritical of him, and it wasn't his fault. I will say that Steffi was right in the fact that she told him to stay away from Hope and that he didn't, so something bad happened. But if I had to choose between one of them being right and one of them being wrong, then Steffi's wrong and Finn is right. Um, my biggest takeaway from that whole story is that Finn and Steffi are officially a super couple. They have both been shot by his mother. He heard her calling to him. He found her. That's super couple stuff. So I'm happy for them. But I want to say this the right way. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Um,
Okay.
I'm happy for Finn and Steffi that they're back together. I would like to see. Well, no, I'll say it. I don't want them to give Hope like a brain tumor. I'm so afraid that they're gonna give her a brain tumor or something like they did Thomas, and be like everything that Hope is doing is a result of the brain tumor. I would like Hope to officially just be in her bad girl era. I would like her to be nefarious and to want to take Steffi's man. Because watching Bold and the Beautiful for about a decade now, they never make Hope the villain. They always rewrite the story at the end to make it so that poor Hope, poor her. And I don't want him to do that this time because it's not fair. Finn was very much trying to just be a good friend to Hope and supportive to Hope. And she took advantage of that. And he didn't give her, I don't think that he led her on at all. I think that he was friendly to her, but I don't think that he made her feel that he was attracted to her. Like he turned her down in lingerie, and then she still went after him and said it was because she was drinking and caught up in the moment. I've been drinking many times and caught up in the moment many times and never kissed somebody I shouldn't kiss.
What do you think of the Taylor recast so far?
I make fun of her every scene she's in, but I like the actress. My favorite character that she's played was Hayden. I didn't like Greenlee on My Children. I like Greenlee and Kendall's friendship once they became friends towards the end, but I didn't specifically like the Greenlee character. I didn't think I could like the actress until she became Hayden. Um, she's way too young looking to be Taylor. She literally looks like she should be Steffi's sister. Like when she's in the scene with Ridge and Brooke, it looks like she's their daughter. Really doing. But I'm happy the actress has got a job for a couple of weeks. We all know Taylor won't be staying around long, so what difference does it make? She'll be gone next week probably.
Yeah,
I
see,
want
and that.
Thomas. I want to see Thomas and Paris's relationship so that I can believe it.
Hmm.
I would like to see them together romantically, or like see a montage of them falling in love in Paris. In Paris, because
Hmm.
I don't believe that happened. I need them to show it to me so I can feel the chemistry. So I like Paris a lot. I like Thomas a lot. I don't believe they're going to end up together, but if they're going to have them get married, I would like to see them. But I know that the actor Thomas that plays Thomas, I think his wife is due to have a baby soon, and so then he's the parental leave, so it'll probably be a while before we even see them. I just hope that they give Paris and Thomas's so-called love story some airtime before hope runs it all.
Wow, she's 51. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it still doesn't work. I guess she just has really good genes. So.
That's why I put that young looking after it because I know she's older, but she does not look. I mean, she looks closer to Ridge's age than Brooks. No offense to Brooke, please, no one. I'm not ageist. Just certain things you can see on camera. Uh-huh.
Nikisha, listen, if anybody's gonna sit there and get canceled throughout the stream, it's going to be me. So you say whatever that comes to mind. People gonna love you regardless.
Well, in that case, okay.
Seriously.
Anything controversial saved up to say? You
But
asked me about Lucky. What do you think about Lucky's story?
I mean, my whole thing about Lucky, so yeah, and that was something I was gonna sit there and say. The thing about Lucky is that because he's trying to act like very Luke like there was one scene where Holly was like, "Don't you miss your family and stuff?" And he was like, "Well, my family is getting along without me." And I'm just like, Luke. I mean, Lucky, from what I understood when I started watching the show, he never wanted to be like Luke. He was about family and everything like that. And now it's just like you're kind of messing up his character, you know? Like now he's all like, "Oh, well, my family's doing good without me." He was like, "Really?" Because not, I mean, when I was watching it, he was always about like, well, I want to be about my kids and Liz and everything like that. But now he's just more like Luke, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that, you know?
Yeah, that's true. They've had his character change off camera because he did very much want to be the opposite of his father. But then he like rode off into the sunset and forgot about his kids and became a lot like his father. But even with the behavior being similar to Luke's behavior, like his characteristics weren't the same. So it's very much a shift in the character of Lucky. So I'm interested to see where they're gonna take him. I just don't want it to be this tribute to Luke when like we can all agree that Luke's character kind of sucks if we're talking about it. So let's not make Lucky like Luke. So I think we try to not talk about Luke's character so we don't have to, dredge up stuff that we don't want to talk about. So I don't know. It feels like they're trying to honor like Luke's character by having Lucky like him, and I don't even think Luke would want Lucky to be like him. I think Luke would want his kids to be nothing like him.
Now you heard about the speaking of Lucky, at some point we're going to be getting um um how you doing tonight, Amber? We're supposed to be getting Lulu back, right? So like, are you excited for that? Are you just like, eh?
The only way I wanted Lulu back now it hurts because of Sam passing, allegedly. But I only wanted Lulu back if it was going to be Julie playing her. I did not want. Oh shit! What is the actress name? Emmy. I didn't want Emily playing her. I didn't like her. She made Lulu a whole different person, and I did not like that. But now that I know that it's not going to be her, I'm more open to Lulu coming back. But the person that if it wasn't going to be Julie playing her, the person that I would be excited to see play Lulu would have been, okay, what's her name? Bree Williamson, the person that played Jessica on One Life to Live, but she also played on General Hospital. Claudette. She played Claudette for a little while in General Hospital. I thought she could do a good Lulu, and I would be fun to have her since she was Charlotte's mom before we knew Lulu was her mom. I thought it'd be a cute little wink to the audience. And I think she could also play her the way I would want her played. I don't know who's gonna be her now, so I'm just waiting to see. I don't like that all of a sudden Dante's like, oh, I love Lulu so much. Because, like, Dante's been all about Sam for the past, like, months, year. Like, and he hasn't really even thought about Lulu because he hasn't mentioned Lulu. So it kind of makes it. I'm afraid that they're going to make it like Sam never existed. Like, once Lulu wakes up and Sam is gone, it'll be like Dante's love for Sam wasn't real. Like, they didn't have a real family. But they got, like, all their kids living in that damn two-bedroom apartment.
I mean, I'll be honest. I always felt like that whole relationship was just so weird between Dante and Sam. Because in a lot of ways, I was just like, y'all are just, too close for each other. Like, y'all share siblings. Like, that's just weird to me. That's just weird to me. That's always going to be weird to me. It's always going to be
Yeah.
weird.
That's my favorite. Well, my favorite recent scene with the old Christina. There was a scene where Sam came in Charlie's when her and Dante first started dating, and she was talking to Christina about dating Dante, and Christina was like, "You didn't think it would be weird for me you dating Dante?" And Sam was like, "Why? Because Dante's a cop?" And Christina was like, "No, because he's my brother and you're my sister."
Mm,
It was like, yeah, it's pretty messed up. But their chemistry won me over. I think they have really good chemistry. And I really believe when Dante walked into a room and Sam is in that room, like he was like magnetically pulled towards her. Their chemistry made me think that they were a happy couple. I enjoyed them together. I enjoyed Sam being loved because, I like their character a lot. I'm gonna miss her so much.
okay.
We should have a
Um,
funeral. We should have a funeral live for Sam if she dies.
are you gonna be part of the stream?
If it's on a Sunday or a Monday.
Okay. That might be kind of interesting because you can be the softer buffer towards whatever that I may or may not say allegedly. Here's my whole thing. I don't have anything against her. I don't have anything against Kelly Monaco. I don't have anything against Sam character, but my opinion still stands on the character and on Kelly Monaco. I wish her luck in whatever she's gonna do. Um, and that's all I'm gonna sit there and say about that. Um, Blaze, I want to sit there and get your thoughts on Blaze before we wrap this up.
Who?
Bl- Blaze, exactly. Listen, I thought she was a good singer. I'm just gonna say that out loud.
Oh, I never liked the character of Blaze. I did not like that she was a singer who cannot sing. Like I can suspend belief for lots of things. I can have people come back from the dead. I can see someone's head getting cut off. I can believe people aren't siblings, whatever. But like when you ask me to sit there and listen to someone sing and act like it sounds good when it doesn't, I can't do that. So I had a hard time with Blaze because she sucked as a singer. No disrespect to the artist, but I don't know why she put singing on her resume. Do y'all know she has a YouTube channel?
Oh, I'm gonna subscribe now. Thank you. I didn't know that.
She has like 51 subscribers, and I'm not. That's not an insult. It's just a fact. But she has videos of her singing on her YouTube. So I checked it out because like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing it because I watch GH Sunday Shift and I love GH Sunday Shift. This is not disrespectful to them. I watch them every week, every Sunday. I love them. I worship them. all things great to them. But they did have Blaze on there, and I wasn't gonna watch it at first because I know she can't sing, but I decided to watch it. And she talked about her music career. That she has her own music career in real life. So then I sought her out on YouTube and listened to her sing on YouTube. She cannot sing. I don't I don't know why like the people close to her haven't told her. I don't understand. But yeah, she sucks. She wasn't a horrible actress though. She just shouldn't sing. I'm sorry for any feelings that I've heard. It's the blame is all on me, not Albert.
Oh,
Much respect to
listen,
everybody.
listen. The Keisha is the queen, so if she says it, then it is what it is. I disagree respectfully, but do you miss her? Do you think that Natalia should have left? Because a lot of people were just like, Blaine should have stayed and Natalia should have left. I'm like, what does one character have anything to do with the other?
Well, it does because I can see that argument because Natalia was brought on because of like Blaze is the arc the main character. Natalia was brought on to support her. So like if you're gonna have the main character exit, why shouldn't the supporting character leave as well? So I do think that it makes no sense to have Blaze's mom around if Blaze isn't around. I don't like the character. They're going to have to do a lot of work to redeem her with the audience if they want Natalia to be around. But I think they're going to exit her too now. Now that they have Sonny and Carly back in each other's orbit, I don't know what Natalia will do except like disrupt things like Deception. I don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. No, I don't think anybody cares about Natalia. Does anybody care about Natalia? Am I wrong? Because if there's a reason to have Natalia around, I would like someone to tell me what it is. Because I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of money. We can have somebody else on reoccurring or contract. We can pay somebody else, anybody else. Natalia is a homo. She presents as a homophobe, but her apology was half-assed. Or I really don't think that that woman thinks she did anything wrong. I think she blames Ava for recording her. Well, we all know Ava didn't record her on purpose. Did she leak it to the press? Yes, but I don't think that was wrong. You got company?
No,
Look like
no,
something's with you.
no. I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I don't care too much for Natalia. I don't understand her purpose. I feel like it's a waste of money, waste of resources, a waste of writing. We could just go ahead and have her. Should have had her go on tour with Blaze and spent that money on something else. There's so many other characters we could support and lift up besides her. Like it's crazy to keep Natalia and we get rid of Sam. Like that's crazy to me.
Stop it,
Guys,
Jack.
I'm sure that one is much cheaper. I do feel like Albert's place be haunted. It's not the first time he be looking around and we don't see nothing.
See, Jess is just being sassy and cute. That's what she's doing. That's her mo. Um, yeah, I mean, Grant. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. She is pretty hot, so like I do like her there, but like I do understand for story purposes, it is a little kind of weird that she's still there.
You don't
But
mind that her face don't move? She can't make expressions? That don't bother you?
no, because she still has a nice body. But
So the Botox is fine. Okay.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I'm a man. Like, what do you want me to sit there and say?
I don't know. Men don't need the jaw muscles to move.
I couldn't tell.
I think it's just the lips of the pies. I think she does. She had lip filler or something. I shouldn't just be making fun of this woman for her plastic surgery. That's not. I'm not even that type of person. I apologize. But
You
I don't. For me, because I don't have like that attraction to her. I don't need her around. Like if it was Idris Elba, then I'd be like, yeah, let's keep him. But like Natalia does nothing for me, so well, I'm happy she makes you happy. I
I
just
mean, that's what I was like. From the story purposes, no, I can see it. I'm just saying she's pretty hot. So
yeah. Well,
that
let's
that's what's
find people that
interesting.
are hot and we can make story around. Like I
Yeah,
feel like Brie Williamson as Lulu would be someone who's like physically attractive and pretty and hot or whatever for like the guys to look at, but also like we could write some story around her because she's a good actress.
okay. All
I
right,
think it was Dolly that said we should bring Sky back. If we're bringing people back, I support that. I would like to
yes,
see Sky back.
100%.
She is definitely one of the best soap opera characters of all time across every network.
Yeah, I think she's been on All My Children, One Life to Live, obviously, and General Hospital.
Yep, and had good story on every show. She brought out the best in the writers. Think her real name is Robin something. Such a
Yeah,
talent.
I gotta look her up. Um, is it any other thing that you want? Is it anything you want to sit there and say before we wrap this up?
Let me check. I'm gonna check my notes app in my phone and see if I said any, if I wrote anything. I didn't forget. Oh, I think I said this already though. That the Christina needs a bipolar diagnosis. I think I did say that. Christina needs a bipolar diagnosis. Dex needs to get out that young ass uniform. It's so tight around his shoulders. It's not cute. It's not at all. It looks like something you got from Party City.
Damn.
Yeah, those are the only two things I have put in my head. So I'm sure I'm gonna remember a bunch of stuff when I get off of here. I'm sorry, but I
No,
just
it's
I
okay. Listen. Anytime you want to sit there and come back on here, whatever. Hopefully, the camera's actually working. We get to sit there and just, bask in your beauty and everything like that. That'd be really cool. But we got to hear your lovely voice and your thoughts, so I'm happy.
you're very kind. I appreciate that. But I did remember two things. One, and it's nothing bad about Curtis. It's something good about Curtis. Shocking
Well,
to everyone.
all right.
I am very much hurt that they got. I think that they got rid of the Savoy set because we haven't seen the Savoy in months. That nobody's there anymore, and I really like Curtis having that club. I like Curtis having a club and people coming there to chill, and Nika in the background with them wonderfully toned arms. Like I really like that, and I hate that it seems like that's gone for this wellness center shit. I'm stuff. Sorry, that I don't care about. I don't care about that because I don't care about Drew. Um, yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, sorry.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no. No, it's fine. I was gonna sit there and ask you your quick thoughts on Slick Rick being back.
Oh, what I said to my daughter, one of the Rick scenes, I was like, Rick just slipped back into that snake skin like he never left. He is just as slimy as he ever was, which I appreciate because it's true to character, but he's very much pissing me off. But that's a good thing because that's what Rick is supposed to do. I don't like that Elizabeth went to the police station. I I wish I don't like how she let Rick manipulate her so easily. Like it was so easy for him to do it, and it's like she knew what he was doing, and she still did it. When has Rick Lansing ever cared about doing the right thing? Ever? Never. Never. Not one time in his whole life since he's been on the show. Excuse me. Like he's never been concerned with doing the right thing. He convinced Elizabeth to go tell that Alexis threw a gun in because it was the right thing to do. And all he want to do is just be Molly's sole parental figure. That's all he's trying to do is to shit on Alexis so that he can be the paragon of virtue. It's very obvious, but like I can't believe Elizabeth was so stupid. Like she should have just been like, if you want to go, you go by yourself. I didn't see anything. And Alexis was also stupid to throw the gun away. Why didn't she just call Sonny? This ain't the first crime Alexis has been involved in. She know better. She just got her law license back. I was feeling bad for Alexis because she's caught in between Christina and Molly. But then when she did that, I lost it. I am no longer feeling sorry for her because now she has painted herself into this corner. And then she left the voicemail for Diane. Who leaves shit like that in a voicemail? I'm not a
Back.
lawyer and I know better. Okay, I think that was it.
No, that
Oh,
listen.
I
See,
need
this
you
was
to I need you to text me sometime after this, Albert, because when I everything was going on with my computer and my phone, something happened with my phone too. I think I accidentally deleted your contact information because I went to text you to tell you that I was running late and you weren't there no more. So for me to have your number, you gotta text me.
okay. I will. I will. Thank you. But I
Thank
gotta sit
you.
there and say, like, just in general, see, this is why I'm so lucky to sit there and have the beautiful, amazing, talented, and gorgeous Nikisha Moore. I know you can't see her right now, but if you saw her in my other streams, y'all know that she's a 10. So
What y'all don't know is that I pay him $20 per compliment. So if you could stop,
no,
Albert,
that's just
you
seriously.
running at my tab.
I'm just saying. It's just it's true. But seriously, thank you for coming on tonight. I appreciate having you. I appreciate your time, and I just appreciate you being part of the channel.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I always have a fun time. I appreciate that you guys listen to me talk and let me give out my opinion. It's so much fun.
And see, Ron says, "I'm so sorry we can't see the gorgeous and beautiful Nikisha's face on camera."
I'm sorry too, because I put on makeup and everything. If I would have known, I could have been here 20 minutes earlier. But
Listen, I'm gonna
thank you,
tell you.
Ron. You're very
I'm
sweet.
gonna tell you right now. Even natural, she looks beautiful. Wake up, fresh face. She's a 10. So don't get it twisted, people.
When you said wake up in the morning, I started hearing the Saved by the Bell theme song playing in my ear.
But thank you everyone for
So,
joining. Again, just give a round of applause for Nikisha Moore for coming through and just sharing her thoughts and her grace and her presence with us. Appreciate it.
thank you all for having me. I'll be back, hopefully,
And
and I'll
hopefully,
take notes.
yeah, and also that she would have her camera working. Is that
Yeah, I know.
and there go Dolomitics too. We were just they're talking about you like about 20 something minutes ago.
Talked about you so much. I was repeating all of your opinions, though. All the good things you were saying, sharing with them.
Only the good things, of course, only the good things. But thank you everyone for joining tonight. Appreciate every single one of y'all. And yeah, we'll see you in the next stream and next video and everything. Have a good night, everyone.
I'm waving, but y'all can't see it. Good
Later.
night.